Hello, everybody. Good evening. How's it going? Wow. What's up, Baconcopter, Fury Fighter, Zetsubo, Manic, Naren? Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. I'm actually doing super good. We, here at Casa del Oddish, had reason to celebrate today. My wife just scored a new job. She's very well. We're all really excited about it. It sounds really promising. She was getting a little dissatisfied with her current employment and found another company where, I mean, it just sounds way better all the way around. So yeah, new job. Yeah, thank you. What's up, Justin Brett? R. Dominic. Good to see both of you. Yeah, we're all really excited. Not the least of which reason is it pays a lot better too, like strikingly so. It was the weirdest thing. I've never heard of this before. But you know how when you apply for a job, they ask you like what your price range is, like what your salary range is, and you typically like you basically name like the highest, like a bit above what you're actually looking for, because companies pretty much always like lowball you, right? My wife named a figure and then they offered her more than that. And I've never heard of that happening before. So we're not complaining, certainly, but yeah, I guess they really want to hire her. What's up, Lojo High? Yeah. Yeah. So we were super happy tonight. We celebrated. I have plenty of wine here. We got dinner from Stonefire Grill. We had some nice tri-tip steak and garlic mashed potatoes and stuff. That happens not with shitty companies. Yeah, I think this company she's joining it sounds really good. They sound like they're doing really well, and they know how to treat their employees well. So, which isn't to say her previous company didn't, but this definitely seems like a step up in a lot of ways. So, hope you get a promotion in the near future myself. I hope you do, Manic. I hope you do. It sounds like you've been doing a lot at your current job, and hopefully folks recognize that. Only other candidate is last day here is tomorrow. Yeah, well. You've definitely hung with it where a lot of people wouldn't have. So yeah, today's been good. I'm actually still a little, I don't know what happened to me yesterday. I mentioned yesterday that I had like a really bad stomach ache all day, right? And it had mostly cleared up by the evening. I was really sore today. Like whatever happened to me yesterday left me super sore. So I hate to think what condition my innards were in today, but I guess I'm doing okay at this point, so. Good luck being a CEO of a hotel, Manic. Year from now, Manic will own a chain of hotels, and I hope he remembers us little guys that. Yes. Please, Manic, please. Don't forget about us in your ascent to moguldom, Mr. Manager. So yeah. Other than that, yeah. We're here. We're experimenting. It's test night, folks. We're flailing around. We're trying a bunch of different games. This one, I feel like this is one we've maybe never ever talked about in terms of possibly playing. Like I don't think it's ever come up in any conversations we've had. But I got this one a while back, I guess. This came out in 2019, I think. 2019 or 2020, I don't remember which. I've always wanted to give it a try. And now that we're kind of free and clear for a bit, I figure, hey, why not, right? It's roguelite, whatever you want to call it. I call them all roguelikes, I don't give a fuck. Seems to be tactical in nature, managing a fleet, I think, with some strong storytelling elements. These are all things that I like. Some things, like the roguelike angle, I haven't actually played much of lately. So, I'm not sure I want to stay at a hotel, man. What's up, not a roguelike? Been saying for a very long time, if you want to have good management, you have to be good management. They just get a new GM, so there's that. Hopefully they're good. Could never get into this one. Writing felt weird and edgelordy. Interesting, Reaganomicon. Well, we'll have to see how it strikes the rest of us. Hopefully not too edgy. Trying to fight my own bias. His name is Hunter, so I kept picturing some dude having it. Oh god, it just reminds me of when I was in college, and I got placed in this dorm. I was in a dormitory suite. I know I've told you all this before, but I got placed. It was me and a roommate, and then a connecting bathroom to these other two guys, and the three of them all knew each other. I think they had arranged to like get sorted in the same rooms, and I was just like the random guy thrown in with them. And these were like textbook frat dude. Like the very platonic ideal of the frat boy concept. Like seriously. And their names, I swear to God, were Carlin, Dolph, and Lupton. And I've never in my life been able to get over that. Like, I feel like I was living with fucking cartoon characters. Platonic ideal frat boys sound great. She gets them kissing a lot like bros too. That would have made them interesting at least. Lupton, yes, Lupton. Bilbo Baggins survived Lord of the Rings trilogy. Old hobbits die hard. What's up, ND? Good to see you tonight. glad you can make it out to pun with us. At least no two first names. That's true. I guess it's, you know, never so bad that it can't be worse, really. So there is that. Lupton Bresk iced tea. Not even one first name. Not even a real first name. Oh my god, I remember one of the first nights, I swear to God, it was like the first week or something. I was there, I was sitting on my bed, I was like reading or something. My bed was by the door. And there was this slam against the door outside. It was pretty late, 11 o'clock, midnight, somewhere around there. Just a slam against the door. And then I heard somebody pawing at the door handle. It was a normal lever handle, very simple to operate, right? I remember finally it gave way and the door swung open. It was my roommate Carlin. He was like, "Hey Mike, how you doing?" Wham! Like he got his greeting out as he fell face first on the floor next to my bed. And I was like, "Are you okay?" And he didn't answer. And he laid there for a minute. And then he started crawling across the floor over to his side of the room. And then flipped over his trash can, stuck his head in it, and threw up. And then pulled his head out of it and fell asleep on the floor there. So. Pretty good introduction to college life, I think. Would the situation have been improved by one of them being a Chad? I feel like that would have been too on the nose. Like, Dolph and Lupton were at least, like, unexpected frat boy names, if still quintessentially frat boy names. Dolph Lupton's definitely a character from the Universal Soldier porn parody. just mash them together. Yep, college was fun. College was a lot more fun after I got the fuck out of there. It was just that first year. After that, I was able to choose my roommate. I chose one of my friends who was coming up from high school. And we roomed together. And then after my sophomore year, me and him and a third guy, we all got a place together. And that was great. That was really nice. Anyway, I probably rambled enough about things that are completely unrelated to video games. We have a perfectly good video game right here in front of us. Let's play it. I shall push the new run button. And this gangly ass thing from the Matrix is gonna do something. Oh, is that us? It's very pixely us. The night before classes started, the dorm room next to mine went through a rager, which I didn't go to specifically because I wanted to go to fucking college. Someone left a weed pipe in the hallway. The cops were called and they were calling it a crack pipe. Good times. Oh my god. It's like a very versatile pipe. Good for them for not pigeonholing themselves. Ellis, Idaho. Shades of Dune already. Where am I? And this thing is called Caliban. A dwarf planet on the outer rim. Most call it Genna, if they call it anything at all. This Admiral is a top-secret cloning facility for the Imperial Forces, the one and only of its kind. I'm Caliban, its Omni Guardian. I don't understand. You have died, Admiral, or to put another way, the true version of you has died. You are his clone, identical to the original Ellis, Idaho in every possible way, with some minor differences. When did Admiral Idaho die? How? Unfortunately, I do not know the details of my clones' lives, as interesting as they must be. Extraneous to my directives, I believe. Can't escape Gan. Which leads me to why I've awoken you. You must be curious after all. I need your help. A machine asking for my help. Now I truly feel strange. Not just a machine, Admiral, an Omni, short for Omni Mechanical Neo and Intelligence. Emperor Oberon invented us. Now your kind relies on us for just about everything. We're getting there. We're getting there. This is the future of Alexa for all of us. Come right out with it. I believe the Empire, ... is in danger. Space Fae. And Idaho is a clone series, very Dune bad. I mean, on the store page, they mentioned Dune and Foundation as major influences on this, so prepare yourselves for that. In danger? What in the name of Oberon are you talking about? Once every 4 years, under the most secretive of protocols, I receive a single transmission from Elysium, our capital. Those transmissions stopped arriving. So you send a transmission yourself. I don't see the problem. Good. What's up, Nemrin? That's just it. I can't. This facility was built in such a way to prevent it from initializing contact with the Empire to help keep it a secret. I would really like to see the new Doom film. Dune film, not Doom film. But I've heard it's quite good. I actually, like, as kitschy and weird as it is, I really like the Lynch Doom film. And I would be interested in seeing a more less kitschy version of that, I suppose. It's good. You're in Private Eye. Watch it, coward. I pretty much only watch things that are on my free streaming service. Did I tell you guys? I don't think I told you guys. I think it was back during my sick day when I had vertigo. I don't know why I chose to do this while I had vertigo, of all things. I finally watched a film on my own. I watched The Lighthouse. With Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, and it was so good. I enjoyed that immensely. Something is wrong, I'm certain of it. I've woken you so we can fly out of here in an Omega-class battleship, no less, and see for ourselves. I believe you'll find my intelligence indispensable for our mission, Admiral. I don't have your kind's limitations. I've been reading Dune and keep thinking Tamino wrote this under pseudonym, right? Has dumb names, basically new type bullshit. It says one of the best sci-fi films ever made if you don't have spreadsheets worth of data on the esoterics of the setting's lore. I mean, all the trailers and previews looked super, super good. And I like pretty much all the actors they crammed into it, so I have high hopes for it. And it sounds like it bore out with audience reactions. Dune is a different kind of kitschy. That's good. I can deal with that. If you're so smart, what do you need me for? Why don't you command the battleship? Because of Oberon's Rubicon, it prohibits Omnis from commanding battleships. War is a human prerogative. Also, since I can assume the clones here are the best of the best, that would make you the best Imperial Admiral to ever exist. I'd say you're perfect for the job. I'll do it, machine, for Oberon and the Empire. It's my duty as an Imperial Admiral. Excellent! Now just one more thing. Standard operating procedure requires I ask, can you recall any of your emotional memories? Emotional memories? Any memory linked to a strong emotion like love or hate. These memories, because they're complex neural pathways, will be a bit trickier for you to access, I'm afraid. These writers, whoever they are, fucking love ellipses. Like, this is a bit much. I'm not sure. If you do me the honor of trying to recall one, any emotional memory will do. Dune is a very different kind of kitschy. It's very 50s sci-fi paperback. I have read the first 2 Dune books, and I watched them after what. I mean, I watched Lynch's Dune back when I was a kid, because my parents, love my parents, were big sci-fi folks, and introduced me to it, as strange as it was. And then much later, I think it was when I was living in Japan, actually. I read Dune and the second book, and I always forget if the second book is Dune Messiah or Children of Dune. I think it's Dune Messiah. And I think I might have started the third one and didn't finish it. It is Messiah. Okay, thank you, Dave Thulu. Also, hi, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I can't, so much is blurred, broken apart. Don't worry, Admiral, perfectly normal for this stage. You'll find rational memories, on the other hand, those linked to Idaho's training and combat experience, almost immediately accessible. Just ask if you need a refresher. When did they get to Dune Eternal? After Dune 2016. Lastly, and this is important if these emotional memories return, rather, when they return, you must tell me immediately. It's important for your safety. Yes, your safety. Do you understand? Dune Messiah of Might and Magic. Read Dune as a teen, couldn't get through Messiah and Children until my 30s. I kind of want to push through to God Emperor of Dune, because everything I've heard about that book just sounds absolutely bonkers. And I know it's not necessarily good, but I kind of want to read it just based on the absurd shit I've heard about it. And then stop. And then definitely stop. Because I would only want to read the Dune books that Frank Herbert wrote. Never too soon to stop reading Dune sequels. I think like whatever you have to say about the later books, I think Dune is excellent. Dune is amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed reading that. I also really enjoyed Messiah. It was certainly a bit weaker, but I did still enjoy it quite a bit. I understand. Perfect. Now let's wake up the rest of the crew, shall we? We don't have a moment to waste. And please, Admiral, I mean, we've already spent like 10 minutes just rambling about this shit. What is it now, machine? Call me Caliban. Call me Ishmael. Holy shit, look at all these buttons. This is a lot of buttons. This is a whole fuckload of buttons. I guess this is gonna be our ship. The other classes of ship must be unlocked. Excelsior! It has 110 somethings and 110 something. That's cool. Does it change? Okay. So, you can't see this because of my dumb face. I guess I'll move here for a minute. The difficulty's up here. Easy, normal, hard. And then these change these things. Dune is generally considered one of the all-time best sci-fi novels for a reason. No, novel, not serious. Dune was great. Dune Messiah was good also, basically. Okay, how do you idiots miss the point of the first book? Children of Dune is decent. Also, I guess we're doing this now. Let's see. Upgrade levels. Squadron docks. Squadron system support. Officer base assistance. Decreased time squadron docks are locked after a squadron has been destroyed. Weapon docks. Weapon system support. Hull structures. Decreases ship's life. Hardened hull. Oh, so, okay, that's what these are. So these are life bars. 110 life bars. 2 life bars, each one 110 hit points. So we have 2 hull bars, and 110 health points per hull bar. Hull integrity support, heat capacitor. Heat capacity of all systems. 1 damage to stay on a system, 1 heat point on... Okay, so heat's also going to be a thing. Fuel scavenging efficiency, navigation scanner. Okay. Starting units. Fighters. Frigates. Massive damage bonus versus drones. Massive damage bonus versus fighters. Massive damage bonus versus frigates. Rock, paper, scissors for the support fleet. Excelsior! God, Emperor of Dune was seriously, how do you keep missing the point? Is that permanent upgrades? I don't know. I know very, very, very little about this game. I remember that Metal Gear. Heretics of Dune, Chapter House Dune, where Grandpa Frank no longer cares about keeping quiet about what makes him horny. Why does that keep happening? Why do these authors, inevitably just get all horny and weird and have to share it with the world? 100 life bars, not even Yakuza goes that far. I remember I used to work on a game called Dungeon Fighter Online. And they did the thing that's, I think it's very common now, but it was a beat 'em up. It was an MMO beat 'em up. And your enemy, all the enemies would have health bars. And then some enemies would have so much health, they wouldn't keep extending the bar and they wouldn't make it proportional. They would just layer additional bars over the first one. So you'd get like big beefy enemies that had like 2 bars. And then the boss would have like 4 or 5 bars, right? They never, in the entire lifespan of that game, they never scaled the life bars. They just kept doing that. So like, it's still going. That game is still going. And now bosses have something like 3,000 life bars. Like you hit them and it's just like this color blur. Like the life bar is completely pointless. It just turns into this like this like static insanity. Yeah, it went way beyond that. They literally never stop. Yeah, it's so funny to look up videos of that of like the raid bosses and stuff on YouTube. And just like sometimes it affects the bit rate because it changes so violently. One interesting thing about the Lynch Dune is it speculated confirms Sting in that movie inspired a villain in Zeta Gundam. That is pretty cool. Might just take the Kingdom Hearts route where they have Pips indicate how many life bars there are. I think because they realized people really, really enjoyed watching the life bars just like spin down. It's like loot explosions in Diablo and ARPGs. Like, developers pretty early on, players alike realize like there's no real point to throwing like tons of garbage loot at people, but except for the fact that there was a psychological effect of seeing a giant explosion of junk and being like even if all of it was garbage, which is why these games keep doing that. In terms of looks anyways, they both have the same kind of face / hair and the same voice actor for the Japanese dub of the movie. Cool. We have a pierced laser with an impact zone. We don't have any officers, but this button down here, which you can't see because of my dumb face, says you have 2 officers left to select, so let's select them. I'm gonna leave it on normal. If we get absolutely shithoused, we'll go down to easy. So what we got? Tactical targeting. This person is famous. This person has advanced reload time. This person has squadron speed. So I could give myself really cool squadrons. Except I think we only have 1 officer capacity per system. So I think let's take the spy and the soldier. That way our weapon and our squadron will be upgraded. This is a game where you complete multiple... Yes, this is a roguelike trade-on. This is a tactical fleet command roguelike. Everything is ready, Admiral. All right, let's do it. I don't know much more about this than that. I've been meaning to try this game for quite some time. Chapter 1 Echoes. These are the sectors of the Outer Rim, Admiral. The farthest sectors from the capital that there are. If there was ever a wasteland in the Empire, this would be it. Strange, I'm not picking up other Omnis. Even out here, I should be picking up dozens of them. Let's try not to overreact, machine. It's probably nothing. The Empire has run flawlessly for how many years now? 700. And it will do so for hundreds more. The hubris of man! Come on, let's take a look around. Alright, we are in the entrance system. There are, let's see. There's the Alanash system. Costs 1 Neo-N to reach, which we have 5 of. It's fuel. Each time you travel to a new planet or system, it costs you 1 fuel unit. You have 45 scrap. Used to upgrade your battleship or purchase items in shops or during events. So, like, what's that game called? FTL. And 12 commandos. Trained soldiers that can be sent on expeditions or used during events. Cool. I guess we'll go to Alanash. Alanash. That's a pretty cool warp effect. Oh shit, it's the Borg! We're fucked! What do you have here, Lieutenant? Appears to be some kind of cube-like refinery, sir. Oh, okay. The Neo-N Hypercube. Oh, Cube 2. Cube 2 was terrible, but I have a soft place in my heart for it. Didn't expect Metroid Dread to look like this. Omni tech for the simultaneous harvesting and refining of neutrinium from nearby stars. Interesting, if not downright bizarre. This cube isn't connected to the fold net. How could that be, and why aren't there hypercube omnis trying to reconnect it as I speak? Let's send a small team to investigate the cube. Captain Lynch, form a small squadron. Fly around the cube and tell me what you see. On it, sir. Woob. If you like Cube, might need to make you play Half Dead. Yeah, isn't Half Dead like basically like Cube the video game? A bunch of like repetitive rooms full of death traps, pretty much. Yeah, we might have to do that sometime actually. Gotta refine those cubes. Refining proper cubes is almost as important as refining proper orb. Sir, the Omni was right. The cube isn't connected to the fold net, and by the looks of it, hasn't been connected in years. Just a guess here, but I'd say it looks like it's been disconnected for maybe 10, 15 years? 10 or 15 years. At least, sir. Could the Empire have, I don't know, disconnected it on purpose? I don't think so, Admiral. I'm not a cube Omni myself, but cubes are complex tech needing constant supervision. Disconnecting it would make all but impossible. And the Neo-N levels? Empty, sir. There's no Neo-N here whatsoever. Looks like whoever came before us took all of it. We won't be fueling here. The reserves might be empty, but there could still be some residual Neo-N coursing through the cube. I should be able to unlock this final restraint so that we can scavenge leftovers. It won't be much, but it will help our efforts. There, we should be able to scavenge Neo-N fuel here now, but that'll be the last of it in this cube. All suns have a Neo-N cube where you have a chance to scavenge some precious leftover fuel. Well, let's push the button. We got 1. Okay. Neutrinium is either not a real thing or misspelling a real thing that shouldn't be here. Don't forget to throw your boot inside of it and see if it's a trap. I really like the original Cube. Cube 2 had some interesting, had some neat concepts and kind of wasted them a bit. And then Cube 0 was just kind of stupid. What does this mean to... Oh, there's my officers. Okay, we should probably assign our officers. The gun shoots and the chip shoots. Alright. I don't have anybody for that. Auxiliary systems, we don't have any. Group squadrons. Okay, so I guess this is our main ability. Improve squadrons repair time while in hangar by 50%. Okay. Local system map. What do we got? Anomaly signal. Anomaly signals are the riskiest events you'll encounter, offering very positive or very negative outcomes. You won't know which type of event it is, negative or positive, until arriving at the signal source. So we have an unidentified signal, a station, another unidentified signal, and a planet with battleship wreckage, I guess? Is Cube an early entry in the death game genre? I would say so, yeah. Definitely not posed as a death game necessarily. I don't know, is there a difference between the death game genre and the escape the thing genre? Because I think it might be more escape the thing than death game, if you ask me. Let's go to the scary thing. Let's go to the... I want to go to the Oh, it's locked. I can't go there yet. Okay. We'll go here then. Whee! Hello. Sir, battleship, 12 o'clock. What kind of a battleship, Lieutenant? Couldn't say, sir. I've never seen a ship like this in all my service. Incoming transmission. An Imperial battleship made from Telos tech. My mouth is watering. Rub. Admiral Idaho, the Imperial fleet. Stand down, Captain. This is an Imperial sector you find yourself in. Imperial sector? That's funny, imp. Prepare to fight. The battle is imminent. Good luck, Admiral. Ooh, this is neat. You can deploy your officers during fights. Some officers have special abilities and can boost specific systems. All officers can also repair critical effects sustained by any system. 3 systems: squadron, weapon, and hull. Be careful where you deploy your officers. Okay, I did so. Squadrons are essential to protect your battleship and destroy the enemy. Deploy your squadrons, click on the plus sign or on an empty dock. For now, your second dock will be locked until you've learned the basics. Okay. These weapons gain decisive advantage on the battlefield. Weapons can be deployed by clicking the plus sign on an empty dock. Neurocom can also accelerate your thoughts to a point where time appears totally still. Press space to enter exit from pause. So this is real time? Open comms. All your base are belong to us. I wonder if I should wait and see what they're going to deploy. What do we got? Drones. Okay, that went pretty well. So can we... If we attack their ship, can we take out their capabilities? Like, can I attack their squadrons directly? Your weapon's finished charging, is ready to fire. Click on choose a target on the battlefield, deal damage to your enemies. Okay. Gun. I shall shoot your hull. Ooh, nice. That was pretty neat. FTL with hex-based combat. Victory! Good job, Admiral. Here's a summary of the battle. We got a shit ton of scrap. Oh, so I can see ahead of time what he's deploying if I look at his squadron. Thank you for the tip, Dave Lulu. What was that thing? I don't know, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I want to either. I really like the graphics in this game. I really like their sense of style. I mean, if it's escape the thing, but only one person can get out, that's basically the quintessential death game formula. Never seen a Cube or read the synopsis. I don't think, at least in Cube 1, there were no stated rules. That's one of the things that makes the first Cube film so compelling, is that they never actually explain anything. It's all pretty much conjecture. So as far as we know, there's no actual rule that only one person can get out of the cube. Now, whether or not it shakes out that way is another thing entirely. Surely the most dangerous game is a death game story. I think by definition it would kind of have to be. All right. I wonder if we can only go through these locations one by one because they're still tutorializing us. Imperial outpost, sir. It seems abandoned. Any heat signatures? Not a single one. Seems empty of all human life. About Omni presence. They should still be here managing the station, no? They should. And no, I'm not detecting any. This is getting stranger and stranger. Let's try some dialogue options. What can you tell me about this outpost? Seems to be just your run-of-the-mill Imperial outpost, Admiral. There are outposts in all Imperial sectors. With the capital Elysium so far away, they help keep the peace and maintain order. You must show your military might so that you don't have to use it, I believe is the thinking, but there's definitely no military might here. What do you want to do about this outpost, Admiral? I don't think contact's gonna make any difference. Let's send a team of commandos in. Captain Lean, form a small team and check it out. You got it, sir. Sir, the outpost is empty. Seems it was abandoned years ago. If I had to guess, probably around the time that hypercube back there was disconnected from the fold net. Looks like someone came here, took the most valuable Omni parts, Neo-N encapsulators, positronic chips, and left the rest behind. Technobabble. Scavenging Omni parts? Who would do such a thing? That's a capital offense. One the Pragma executes you for. Pragma. On, sir, I'm getting a transmission. My commanders have found something. An Omni, intact from top to bottom. Is it functional? That's a negative, sir. It was in a lower level. Guess whoever was here before didn't go down that far. Might have needed high clearance to get in. Admiral, I can examine it from here if the captain plugs a data pad into the exosoc. This is about suns and crying or something? What's up, Smokey? This is set post Mass Effect 3. So it seems like it seems like the concept is that we're part of this galactic empire that is mysteriously collapsed. And we're trying to piece together what happened to it over the course of several roguelike runs, since we're all clones. What's up, Cold Steel? Sure thing, Omni. Accessing the Omni's mainframe. And? Strange. Its exoframe is perfectly intact. It has plenty of Neo-N. Its positronic chip seems to be in place. It should be up and running. I don't get it. Any idea when it shut down? According to its chip, 20 years ago. Roughly the time the hypercube was unlinked from the foldnet. What do you want to do about this outpost, Admiral? Ask for explanation. I have some questions, machine. What do you want to know? Can you reactivate the Omni? Good morning, Cornuda. Wow, you're up early. How you doing? It's good to see you. Like the style reminds you of, is that Risk of Rain and the Endless stuff? Oh yeah, the Endless stuff. It's actually making me think of Stellaris. And every time I think of Stellaris, I want to play Stellaris again. I love that game. It is such a huge time sink, but I love it. Hate when the Empire mysteriously collapses without warning or explanation. How to get some stuff out to be picked up with the rubbish? Well, I'm not exhausted before even getting to work, but oh well. Well, I'm glad your trash priorities have brought you to us. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, no. Only Omni owners can do that. Besides, this Omni isn't just in sleep mode, it's been shut down. Positronic chip? Another Omni invention, I'm guessing? Actually, no, your kind invented this, as incredible as that is. Specifically, Emperor Oberon. The positronic chip serves several purposes. One, it contains the Rubicon, and two, it dictates Omni functionality. Trash brings you to trash. Making you think of sword and sorcery? Yeah. I know what you mean. This art style, it's not quite the same. It's not like the super gangly limbs and like super low poly characters, but it is similar. Also makes me think of Gods Will Be Watching, if you've played that very, very odd game. Functions are specific to Gehenna and as such are different from the functions of other Omnis, whether they be Imperial Outpost Omnis like the Omni here, Folder Omnis, Cube Omnis, Medical Omnis, Teacher Omnis, or the 100 of other guys. Okay. The word Omni is kind of losing cohesion in my brain. You know, when you say the same word over and over and over again, stop sounding like a word. Rubicon sounds like a place filled with fan artists and people in cheap costumes. Lastly, the positronic chip gives Omni's quantum computing capabilities, what allows us to be so much smarter than you. Positronic chips are produced and distributed near Elysium, of course that's by design, so that Oberon can closely monitor the positronic quota. Simply put, without a positronic chip, an Omni is little more than its exoframe. Chip quota. So as to maintain perpetual harmony in the Empire, Oberon create a quota. Depending on your house and whether it's minor or major, you receive a certain number of chips every 10 years. Who received the most chips? House Telos, of course, Oberon's house. Our house. And the fewest? One of the minor houses, Vicarelli. They have a pitiful quota. Embarrassing, really. I hate to be a Vicarelli Omni. What's up, Lord Sloth? Omni-plated games. Rubicon. Tell me more about the Rubicon. The Rubicon is a set of rules enforced at a very low level, ensuring that Omnis don't harm humans and don't deviate from their mission. Suppose an Omni disobeyed his Rubicon, what would happen then? Well, that is quite rare, but unfortunately there are examples of this occurring in the early days. But if that happens, the chip would deactivate and trigger a self-termination feature in the Omni. Omni suicide? It's just a feature, Admiral, a rarely activated feature. Neo-N. Gold-plated consumer products. They cannot cross the Rubicon. Ah! I see what they did there. Hundreds of years ago, pre-Omni times, the first advanced machines discovered the existence of the final element, neutrinium, which exists usually, but not always, in stars. Neutrinium is extremely volatile in its natural state, but these advanced machines stabilized and improved upon it, providing the most powerful and longest-lasting energy source yet, neo-neutrinium, or Neo-N. Neo-N, in turn, allows these first machines to create an even more advanced machine, the Omni, an acronym for Omni-Mechanical Neo-N Intelligence. I thought you told me Oberon invented the Omnis. I did. You're absolutely right. But technically, it's not entirely true. Oberon invented the first advanced machines, which in turn, thanks in part to their creation of Neo-N, invented the Omnis. Neo-N, in its refined state, is a perfect energy source, stable and almost boundless in its energy yield. As a result, it's used in just about all Omni tech as humans stopped inventing tech hundreds of years ago. Lastly, what's important about Neo-N is that our very own battleship, the NS Odysseus, uses it, and without it, we can't go anywhere. I think I'm good. 3 laws, got it. I know enough for now, machine. Could be a good time to take a break, I agree. What do you want to do about this? Can you make contact? Does anyone decide they're not answering? I guess we're done here. Continue on. Something is wrong, at least in the Outer Rim. I don't want to further worry you, but our battleship's heuristics are detecting an anomaly at our next destination. Good. This is the one I want to check out. Whee! Another one of these assholes. One of those creatures again, sir. Maybe this one will be friendly? Nice ship you got there. I'm gonna enjoy scrapping it over your dead bodies. What a fucking gleek. You're going down. Whatever you are. The battle is imminent. I like that. The battle is imminent. Each basic squadron, frigates, drones, fighters, best suited to fight against a particular squadron, providing it with a massive damage bonus if properly matched. Be sure to find out unit strengths and weaknesses before deploying it. Okay. It looks like they're gonna be deploying fighters. So we want frigates. I hope we got the guy who went to the outpost back. Oh, I'm sure we did. Attack! Weapon ready to fire. Pew 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 pew. Apparently we actually stole their fighters. That's cool. Fuck your laws, robot. I want to shoot these assholes. Though we had yet another brush with death, at least our scanner detected the anomaly this time. Tell me more about these anomalies, machine. Destinations with a higher than normal probability of being very negative or very positive. Unfortunately, we won't know what kind of... Good to know. Got to be someone around here who can tell us what's going on. Okay. Maybe at our next destination? Some battleship wreckage. Appear to be a small colony on this planet, Admiral. And we finally get some answers. Also detecting a ground signal, roughly 1,000 kilometers from the colony. Could be worth investigating. Hello, is anyone there? Oh my god, David Bowie's alive! Admiral Ellis, Idaho, the Imperial Fleet. Tegan Bowie, leader of my small colony. What can you do for your Admiral? If it's scrap you're looking for, I'm sorry, but we have none to spare. Scrap? We're here to find out what's going on in these sectors. I don't understand. We've yet to encounter a signal active Omni, and 2 enemy battleships have engaged us. Is this some sort of sick joke, Admiral? The Omni's shut down. Impossible. Tana's planet, LV-426. The Omni shut down in our sectors, and when they did, so did all their tech. I can't run without them. How? When? I have no idea how it happened. I'm not sure even Oberon does. It's truly the great mystery of our time. As for when, 20 years ago. We relied on them for everything. Food, medicine, weather. It's hard to give accurate numbers, but maybe 75% of the population here died in the first 5 years alone. Now, who knows how many of us are left? 10%? Less? How can I help their planet and the people of these sectors? What can the NS Odysseus do to help? Defeating the Scrappers would be a nice start. Things would look a whole lot better with those scum out of the way. Scrappers? Don't tell me you don't know about them either. It's like you've been living this entire time on an uninhabited planet on the edge of the Outer Rim. Scrappers are a group of hideous, irradiated scavengers who collected leftover Omni tech and Neo-N. When the Omni shut down, causing the fold net to collapse in our sectors, they were the ones who took over in the chaos. They're not the only rotten apples around here with your pirates and your occasional crazy civilian, but they're definitely the worst. Defeat the Imperial ships? How? Telos tech is second to none. Imperial captains are trained at the Academy. True, but the Scrapper battleships wore them down. Picked off one here, another there. It was a war of attrition. Well, also, if the Omnis shut down, wouldn't that affect the operation of the battleships? Wouldn't they be sitting ducks? If all of their tech runs through the Omnis anyway? Plus, the Empire couldn't send reinforcements, not with our folder down, you see. I hate to say it, but I think it's just a matter of time before they make slaves of us all. But even if you beat them, even if you beat the mother, it won't change anything. Where we're going 10, 15 years from now with all the hardships we're experiencing, we'll be gone, all of us. Unless... No, we've been dead this entire time on an uninhabited planet on the edge of the Outer Rim. Unless what? We somehow reactivate the Omnis, turn them back on again. The ones that haven't been scavenged for their parts, that is. That's the only way to save us. There's something else you want to know, Admiral? How the hell do you turn them back on? You're asking the wrong guy, I'm afraid. No one knows who or what shut them down. You'll have to solve that mystery on your own. Once you do, you'll still have to find a way to turn them back on. Where should we start? Hate to say it, but Mother is probably your best bet. She benefited the most from them shutting down this cluster. A lot of theories out there about who or what is responsible. The fuck is Mother? Really don't know, Admiral. That's what they call her, their leader. Mother, Mom, Mommy. It's all very upsetting. Stop making mother brains, people. It never turns out well. From what I gather, she was one who started the Scrappers, fostering a punk, nihilistic scavenging philosophy among their sordid ranks. Wow. Tell us how you really feel. Who makes up her ranks? Former Imperial prisoners, the worst of the worst. When the Omni shut down, the prisoners escaped from their Omni-run prisons and psychiatric stations. Mother loves her tech, especially House Telos tech, like the battleship you have, and she and the Boyles who work for her will kill you for it. Enjoy doing it. Terrorizing sectors for years. Making them into playthings and baby makers. I'm not sure I want to ask about that. Let me just skip through this. You don't want to know who they are. Yeah, okay. Scrappers often die young from their exposure to Neo-N. So it's not as stable as implied. Frankly, I can't imagine a worse place. We'll do everything we can to stop these monsters, you have my word. Mother shut down the Omnis? Couldn't say. Don't recommend asking her. Tell me more about the Scrappers. Each sector is controlled by one of Mother's cronies, who recognize them by their freakish mutations, brought on by their exposure to Neo-N. Alright. You may refer to her by her full name, Marjorie Taylor. Nah, she's not smart enough to engineer something like this. I doubt she could organize a birthday party. I don't blame you, it's not exactly for the faint of heart. What can you tell me about Scrap? You don't want to know more about this right now. It's very accurate. First thought went to Mike Pence's wife, Mother. God, imagine being revealed to the world, like introduced to the media as Mother. Grown-ass, graying man refers to you as Mother. Oh. Now the Omnis have been inactive for so long, Imperial Soul, the former currency, no longer holds value. Only thing it does is scrap remnants of Omni tech. Omni tech becomes scarcer and scarcer. Its value is appreciated. Why scrappers want to destroy your ship so much is so they can collect its broken down parts. Not just scrappers. It's just that most of us common folk aren't willing to kill for it. Not yet. Theories about the Omnis? Most popular is the Omni virus theory. Somehow the Omnis got some kind of machine virus that quickly spread and ultimately shut them down. Doesn't hold water. It doesn't explain how or why they all shut down at the same time. One moment they're working, doing what they've always done, making our lives easier, and the next they weren't. Less credible theories. Omni mass suicide. This states the Omni is upset over their role in the Empire, somehow found a way to shut themselves down, to kill themselves because they no longer want to live. Omni Rapture theory, which is the Omnis left this realm to go to a heavenly realm. This theory is popular among certain fringe religious groups. Whack jobs, if you ask me. You got your alien shutdown theory, which is a hostile aliens from another galaxy or another dimension shut down all of our Omnis so they can conquer us. Big problem with that theory is that, as far as I know, the hostile aliens never showed up. What do you think? I think we never should have become so dependent on things in the first place. Wearing its themes on its sleeve here. Sure, other women were grateful for the time he wasn't talking about them. I promise in the name of Oberon, we'll take care of these scrappers and get your Omnis up and running again. You say that, Admiral, but you'll fail. You'll stop trying sooner or later. Or worse yet, you'll die. Take this Neo in, Admiral. We have plenty at the moment. I have a feeling you'll need it. Like I said, it's not the bravest thing to do, but it's best if you hide. You live longer that way. Alright. End of transmission. Do you believe what he said, Admiral? Unfortunately, yes. It explains everything we've seen so far. The Omni shut down the Outer Rim, and so did their tech, including this cluster's folder. Those crappers. Now run things here. What do you do now, sir? We need to find this mother. If she didn't shut the Omnis down, chances are she knows who or what did. Might want to stay and check out this ground signal I was telling you about. Could be a good opportunity to gather some resources for commandos to use. Your second dock has been unlocked. Remember, make good use of it when commanding your squadrons. Numerical advantage is offering turn point in battle. Access the expedition dashboard here. Okay, cool. Good. Battleship wreckage. Minimum requirements 3 commandos. Prep the mission. Scan the planet. Battleship wreckage. No major threat detected. This is the number of commandos sent on the expedition. Minimal requirement for commandos is 3. The maximum number will be sent if you have enough of them. The more you send, the better your chances of success. Section displays the types of artifacts you'll have a chance to collect during the expedition. Each type will always yield the same kind of reward. Displays types of major threats, exceptionally dangerous situations your team will face during the expedition. Be careful about those. Ground distress signal displays the number of possible retreats your team will have during the expedition. Officer survival represents the chance your leading officer has to return safely. Healthy officers have a chance to come back injured. Injured officers have a chance to die. An injured or dead officer will abort the mission, forcing the team to retreat to the ship without loot. Resource extraction meter represents the minimum maximum % of encountered resources your team will have a chance to bring back. Commando survival meter represents the chances your commandos have to return safely. Okay. This all seems pretty straightforward. Select an officer to lead the expedition. Oh, here we go. So, this officer will return safely. Will extract between 26% and 73% of available resources. Will lose between 4 and 9 commandos. Jesus Christ, Maha. This one will return safely between 39 and 68%. We'll lose between 0 and 1 commandos. Paula, you're up. Do us proud. Caliban's detected an artifact on this planet that could be helpful to our mission. I have a good idea of where it is, but we'll need you and a team of commandos on the ground to find and extract it. Visuals of space ground communication will be minimal. We can't risk giving away the location of our battleship or exposing you to potential local threats. Only contacts us when secure. Do so. I'll decide if an emergency retreat is necessary. Any additional resources you encounter should be extracted too. Hey, Satellite Sun, what's up? That's not how ellipses work. I know! These dumb bastards and their stupid ellipsis abuse. Driving me insane. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying not to say anything, but man. Dangerous mission. Some of our commandos could die in the field. Do your best to keep them safe. Get going. Shuttle's waiting. Thank you, sir. Hi, Satellite Sun. We're playing a game about you being very sad. Farida, Myra, Abigail, Yasin, Bertrand, Siyun, Wei, Bob, Zinyan, Shaka. That's how they work now in the space future. The Omni's shut down, so they couldn't proofread shit anymore. Signal, okay, the line's secured. You've seen our bio readouts. What do you think? Should we continue? Okay, so this is where you have the chance to pull out. but we shall press onward. Danger, fight! Danger, demolition. Danger avoided. Resource cache. Got some scrap. This is cute. I really like this. This is super, super cute. Battleship wreckage, nothing found. Resource cache, nothing found. Waiting for extraction, sir. Okay. That wasn't very exciting. Space ellipses. Anytime there's ellipsis by itself in text box, that means so much. Well, we got Neo N and we got a pile of scrap. It works for me. Star map, it's the current star sector map. Choose your next destination system. Okay. So the local system is Dunzo. So we'll go to the star map. Oh, wow. Hello. Each node represents a stellar system you can visit. Each interstitial jump to a neighboring system costs 1 Neo N. System contains different points of interest. Ground signals show a system of planetary expedition. Trading beacon indicators show a system where you can buy or repair equipment. Omniforge shows a system where you can improve the mark of your squadrons. Anomaly indicators show a system where there's a high risk and or reward. Each time you jump, the current sector's rulers get more suspicious. Once the alert counter reaches 0, they will follow your tracks and try to find you. Being caught will result in a very difficult and unprofitable encounter. Literally FTL mechanics. Inside the battleship, you find hundreds and hundreds of eggs. Delicious, delicious eggs. One anomaly in this system. Not much in this system. I guess let's... And we have more options where to go here. Yeah, we'll go here. Alderakis. Tell us shipping crate with no escort, sir. What do you want to do? Lynch Forum team, check it out. Tell your birds to be on guard. Door's been blasted away from the crate. Omnis. Functional Omnis coming out of it. Did the captain say what I think she said? Sorry, false alarm is just the way they were floating out of the crate. Looked like they were, you know. Bring the Omnis back to the hangar, Captain. Alright. Scrap them. Scavenge some Neo N. We got a 1. Alright. System map. Alright, we get 1 anomaly. Let's see what it is. Civilian wreckage, sir. Looks like it collided head-on with something in an interstitial tunnel. Survivors? Unlikely, sir. Not at the speed they were traveling. Might be a small amount of scrap available for taking the crash if it didn't disintegrate. Scavenge. Guess that's scrap. As upsetting as the situation is, we need as much scrap as we can get. Art for this is definitely nice. I love the way this game looks, yeah. Team's bringing the scrap back now. Not bad little metal haul. Nice, nice, nice. Hey, Caliban, you're cool with using your fellows' corpses for money, right? Always appreciate when games manage to make space look nice instead of boring and uniform. I completely agree, Cornuto. Space should look interesting. So I guess we could be spending scrap to upgrade things. Though there's not really much reason to, other than let's do fuel scavenging efficiency. I mean, let's just max it out. Why the hell not? Looks like we're done here, so we'll move on. So we can go to Alfernar. They got a mercenary outpost, 2 anomalies, trading beacon, army depot, 2 anomalies and a secret military base. Well, we do have more locations to hit it. This place has 3 anomalies. I think I'll actually go this way. Hello. This is a healing station, Admiral. For a price, we'll heal your wounded with our magic. Not using our services could be costly. I know, sir. Sounds a little sketchy to me. But we're in good shape, right? An interesting 50-50 thing. Thank you for your offer. We have no need for your service at this time. You should have paid for our service, Admiral. We put a hex on one of your officers. What? Officer was severely injured. That's kind of fucked up, because they weren't hurt to begin with. Yeah, rude. Alright, well, our upgrades got us 2 fuels. Let's see. So we got a mercenary outpost with an anomaly. I guess let's check it out. Scrapper battleship. Incoming transmission. Shiny ship you have. Think I'll scrap it when you're dead. Yeah, I was the good officer too, unfortunately. Oh, shit. All enemies you encounter have specialties depending on the faction. Check the description of the core system for information on their specific battleship technology. Oh, here's a core system. All allied squadrons are always in a patch state and cannot be repaired. Whenever acquiring a new squadron comes as patched, the bonus 30% of unit value is scrapped. Alright, they are loading up fighters. The asteroid field will absorb all damage dealt to the cell and its occupants until destroyed, and it reduces speed by 50%. Okay. Well, let's prep our frigates. And then we'll deploy fighters after theirs are handled. Guide your units along using waypoints. Do this select where yeah, whatever. Ah, man. Okay. So I guess I should have had them... Okay, we caught him. Let's tee up some fighters, too. I keep right-clicking. I don't know why. Your opponent wants to negotiate a truce and is offering this in exchange. I refuse. I got a debris catapult. Interesting. Are you insisting everyone call you Mr. Oddish when playing this? No, I'm insisting everyone call me Admiral. Oh, good. Mercenary outposts allow you to hire and heal officers. Good. Good. So we have a new weapon mount thing. Let's visit the shop first. Let's see. We can heal Paula for 20. We can hire some new people. Buy Neo and fuel, buy commandos. Repair bot injector, restore 50% max health, buy regen. Plasma nuke Mark II. Does massive damage, but no effects on battleship hull. So this is for wiping out squadrons. Admiral Scroob. Admiral Piet was an admiral and he lost. Is that who you want to associate with? He went out in a wonderful blaze of glory. Hey. Admiral Akbar was an admiral, and he owned an entire Death Star and Super Star Destroyer. Let's see. We don't have... Okay. I definitely want to heal Paula. I definitely want to hire somebody. But the thing is, I guess I'll get the scientist. I wanted an officer for the hull, but we don't seem to have one. Beggars can't be choosers too, so. So we'll get you. We'll close this, and then as far as upgrades go, I can add an additional weapon dock, because I think I have another weapon. Debris catapult. Targets 4 random cells in an area, spawns asteroid fields on each targeted cell. Actually not that interesting. Guess we can put her on there. Not keen on space commandos? So is it 10 scrap per commando? It is. We'll give ourselves 15 commandos. How about that? And the pilot crashes A-Wing like a scrub, owned the Super Star Destroyer. Well, who do you think sent him there? Why do you think he was there in the first place? Because an admiral sent him there. About being keen on commanders? If I had a keen commander, that might be different. Let's check out this next anomaly. Mon Mothma. Mon Mothma was a senator. She was a politician, not a military commander. She gave briefings. Admiral Akbar got shit done. Passing through some magnetic interference, sir. Buckle up. Could get bumpy. Got chief for you. Got a situation down here. There's an isolated fire in C9. The storm must be to blame. C9, that's the primary squadron hangar, sir. We can put it out using Neo-N foam. We can let it burn, knowing it won't spread to other sections of the ship, suffering squadron damage in the process. Your call, sir. So we spend 2 Neo-N to extinguish it, or our squadrons eat shit. I will extinguish it, because I did upgrade our Neo-N scavenging capabilities. Mothman realm. Put out the foam. Sector being what it is, we can't risk going into battle at disadvantage. Put out the fire. We use a lot of Neo-N to do it. It's just one of those things, sir. We have taken losses. Negative outcome. So I guess there's containers, but they don't do anything. I was wondering about that. Oh well. Let's see. Head here. Church battleship, sir. Thank Oberon, Imperial ship. You're only a child. I am. Everyone on this ship is, Admiral. Where do they come from? I don't understand. Well, when a ship full of mommies and a ship full of daddies love each other very much. We're the children of Theodorus IV, a planet in the church cluster. Unlike most people on our planet, we do not worship the Omnis as gods, and for this we've been persecuted. So we stole a ship and left, citing all battleship books in our libraries beforehand. Still, it's been a bumpy ride, I won't deny it. Please help us, Admiral, we're only children. How can I help? This planet really is an FU, yuck. Being pursued by other church ships, they know about us now. You could help us by bringing us aboard, Admiral, by defending and transporting us to a planet where we will be free to think and act as we wish. If you know such a planet not far away, you can put it on your star map. We have scrap, we'd be happy to pay for the ride. Ooh, interesting. This is very FTL. Like, I think you can literally get this quest in FTL, and it even has, like, the blue-colored special option if you have the right conditions. Let's give the children a ride to the new planet. Pause are on the way. Sit tight. Thank you, Admiral. You're too kind. I wish our parents were more like you. Where are your parents? First to say this, but many are hunting us now. They are some of the most ardent on Theodorus 4. Admiral Oddish. Where do children come from? Sir, my grunts tell me the kids around the pods have almost reached the ship. Told they look like they've been through hell, sir. Also told they look nervous. Probably have a hard time trusting adults now. We can be monsters. Sir, I have a delayed message from the children's ship. Why not just communicate with us in person? Well, Admiral, you must be wondering why we sent you a message now. I just wanted to let you know that you've fallen for a trap, you stupid, stupid Imperial pig. Death to all Imperial pigs. Praise the Omni gods. So the children, several were strapped with neon explosive devices under their rags. Taking them down, sir, but it's a bloodbath. Kid and commando body parts mixed up everywhere. Guess they were some kind of kiddie extremist group. Oh, fuck. My commandos. Ouch. To get for trusting Church, Oddish, you idiot. You moron. Game leads into the bleak, grimdark stuff quite a lot. It seems to, yeah. I think it was Reaganomicon said they couldn't really get into this one because of the super edgy writing. I see where that's coming from now. Infrared is picking up a small encampment of men and women on the planet, sir. Greetings, Admiral. Our pilots temporarily camped on this wasteland planetoid looking for a noble Imperial cause to join. Looks your ship, we see you're one of us, but we know nothing of you nor your intentions. Maybe explain the objective and your crew, and like what we hear, we'll join your ranks of the squadron. What if this is a trap? This is interesting. Your aim is to reactivate the Omnis, looking to rid these clusters of Imperial enemies. Help the common person as much as you can. Turn the tables, ask the pilots to pitch their cause to you. Or continue on. You wanna see what they say if they turn the tables? They'll probably be like, fuck off, we don't have anything to prove to you. But yeah, let's see what they say. You have a backwards pilot, it should be you pitching me. As clever as this angle is, Admiral, and wow, is it clever. I'm afraid it's you who must explain your intentions, not us. I'll save us both some time, as I can already tell we're not compatible. So long, trying to die. I think the game just made fun of us. Alright, well, we're heading to Akir. Not much here, but there's a secret military base. R&D for you, sir. Hate to complain, we're twiddling our thumbs down here looking for a bit of direction. Anything particularly like us to work on? I mean, like, anything? My, how the tables have turned. Let's develop a new weapon. Gonna require a fair amount of scrap. We're good, but not that good. Still interested? Go for it. So the weapon's ready for use. Our enemies shall quake before us in fear. Praise Oberon. We got a Mark I cannon. It does do a bunch of damage. Like Grimdark, Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda. You know what? I think you're right. I don't know a terrible lot about Andromeda, but that was about... Wasn't that about like an advanced battleship being caught out of sync with everything and their empire collapsed? Like, they time warped or something? And they ended up in like, after their whole empire had collapsed, so they were trying to pull it back together? Wow, that sucked. We don't have a whole lot to go on, so I guess we'll check out the secret military base and head to the next system. Ooh, ominous. I'll be honest with you, Admiral, I'm gonna need a good reason not to end you. I'm trying to turn the Omnis back on. Don't attack, our ship is perhaps the last hope the Empire has to turn the machines on again. Makes you think I want those things on again. Those anti-pirate Omnis made a job almost impossible. Going down, you're going down hard. I got caught on the edge of a black hole and in stasis for some time. Okay. They are loading up patch drones. They have a flak cannon. Okay. So we'll start with the fighters. And then, let's see. I think we'll just go with the piercer. Oh, it's EMP towers, interesting. Alright, so drones are out. Drones do damage to frigates. Yeah. I was accidentally deployed. Get our other squadron out. Let's hit their weapon system. And then you can hit their squadrons. Alright, cool. Okay, so this was just an enemy ship in orbit. The secret military base is down on the planet. Prepare mission. Scan the planet. Secret military base, no major threat detected. The optimal size is I know. Shut up. We'll lose between 0 and 1 commandos. We'll lose between 0 and 9. 0 and 8. Yeah, you're going. Good luck down there. Almost as bad as being voiced by Chris Pratt. Did you know Chris Pratt was very sad that when he heard that people were disappointed about him voicing everyone? Alright, we needed that fuel. We've been hacked to death. Shades of divine cybermancy here, but I think our legs are okay. We're doing a lot of persuasion here. Secret military base. Cool. We found nothing. Never mind. Is it sad enough to get up the rolls? No. Please continue. Did you get Brozov? No. I miss Brozov. We got scrap for our discretion. And we're leaving. Alright. It sucks that we're not actually finding anything in, like, the interesting places, but, you know, whatever. On the multiplayer night for had worked. I may still do just single player. Because is a really fucking cool game. If I did that, I would probably want to go for, like, the actual true ending, which I've never gotten before. 3 anomalies and a mercenary outpost. 2 anomalies. That's boring. Let's go here. Got Captain Lean for you, sir. Hope you don't mind. I've been talking to R&D about building a Neuro Commando virtual program. Thanks to some Kosh tech we picked up a while back. I think it's possible it could really bump up our commando numbers. No guarantees. It requires scrap and still might turn out killing machines. Let's try it. Really think it sounds promising? I mean, I'll let you know when the training has finished the program. Thank you, sir. You have to get the other endings to get the true ending. They're good walkthroughs now. Yeah, I would need to look up what to do. Program got off to a rocky start. Virtual tech had an issue with the trash worm hologram. Wanted to make friends with the trainees rather than eat them. Happy to report the program's success. We sculpted the candidates into a group of stone cold killers. They await your command. Nice. We got a whole mess more commandos for pretty cheap, honestly. Oh, yeah. Look at that sweet, sweet Neo-N. I like dying more when I realize the game really wants you taking anti-armor. Yes, yeah, that's incredibly important. Skilling up to something that can pierce armor is, like, super important in that game. A lot of Easter eggs in these planets. Alright, alright. Let's go ahead... No, let's hit the secret military base first, because that way if people get injured, we can heal them at the mercenary outpost. I was thinking maybe it'd be a good idea to pick up another officer first. I don't think we really need one. It's a trap. The enemy is waiting for it. Squadrons have been deployed. His weapons are ready to fire. Shit. They have... fighters and drones out. They're all patched. We might be okay with our fighters, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them out. 3 shotgun will always be your favorite. I mean, there's so many great weapons in I, it's kind of hard to pick a favorite, you know? Double team him. Fucking destroyed. All right, they have no weapons, so let's gang up on their squadrons. Make sure they can't do shit. LMG 0 spread recoil AUG though. I mean, how can... Oh, what the fuck was that? Okay, hang on. Ooh, looks like they suicided. That's no good. There we go. I got a Tesla field generator Mark 1. That could be cool. I mean, yeah, how do you pick a favorite? There is of course the anti-aircraft revolver. There's the SMG. I believe it's a 100-round SMG that secondary fire is just like, it shoots fast or insanely fast. There's a minigun with a sniper scope. There's a 32-round auto shotgun. Like, that game is just fucking insane, and I love it. I love everything about it. Does damage over time, 4 DPS for 8 seconds. That could be interesting. It charges up faster than the rest of my weapons, too. Let's actually deploy that and see what it can do. Yeah, there's 2 swords. And there's a big fucking hammer, too. First time you see Deus Ex Machina, it's just like, what the actual fuck is this shit? See, that's cool. That's cool. More games need enemies where it's just like, I have no fucking clue what I'm looking at. Jesus Christ. Now see, this is interesting. This is interesting. Because Maha will return safely, lose between 0 and 2 commandos, but will extract basically nothing. Paula may be injured, may lose 9 out of the 10, but will extract a majority of the resources. I think I'm actually going to send Paula. This may go really badly, but we'll see what happens. We got a lot of commandos at this point, so. 2 swords, that's twice as many as 1 sword. The real coup would be if you could have 3 swords. Zorro style. Alright. Took some damage. Getting a lot of scrap. Please get something from the military base. God, fuck you. So I'm noticing it's specific skill checks. She has piloting and demolition, I think. But for the base, you needed, it looked like piloting and discretion. So you need a soldier skill and a spy skill. That's interesting. Let's see. Let's keep going. Oh, we lost one. We lost 3. Apollo's in bad shape. So we got a bunch of shit, but it cost us 5 commandos, and Paula's in really, really rough shape. We got red shirts now. Yeah, we got 100 scrap. Which realistically is enough to recoup those losses. I think that was a net gain. Spell that explodes your enemy into demons. That's pretty. Yeah, the magic. I never even did that much with the magic stuff. But the magic was really, really cool. There are werewolves on fucking Mars. Mars is my favorite level, from the werewolves in the crypt to the ravine where you fight a Deus Ex Machina into that hidden cave in the mountain where the reggae rebels are getting stoned and broadcasting. Yeah, how could you forget about that? Shit's classic. Alright, mercenary outpost. Let's get our shit put back together. Lucky for you, an Imperial, otherwise we wouldn't be open to selling our beloved pirate treasure map. A what? How do we know the map is legitimate? We got off a pirate, he died of a heart attack. We took it to a pirate expert. It's got the official pirate stamp and everything. Apparently there's an unguarded pirate station in the next sector over, that's basically spilling forth with scrap and other goodies. We'd make the trip ourselves, we got a ship decked out like yours. 28 scrap? Fuck it, why not? Hope you like bathing in riches, because that's exactly what you'll be soon doing. Sir, you know I'm kind of a pirate hobbyist, right? Well, that map we brought back was a fake. I checked out the pirate stamp. Total forgery. Looks like they took us for a ride, sir. Aww. Boo. You suck. Looks like Paula's okay now. Wonder how that happened. Climbed out their cave in order to get range to hijack the gunship for the first time. That thing just sterilized the ground for you. Ooh, here's a battleship officer. Shields your subsystems. That's pretty cool. Deals 2 DPS to enemies adjacent to your battleship system cells. Interesting. Hang on. My current officers, my spy has persuasion and discretion. This is a different spy. A lot of spies. Well, Axis having the same ability as the officer currently deployed in the previous support dock the same. Oh, okay. So they just duplicate the existing. Ooh. What are these weapons? X-beam. It makes an X. I have to assume at some point these weapons are going to become much more important because they all seem to... Very few of them seem to directly affect the opposing ship. Oh, man. All right, Cornuda, have a good one. Thanks for coming out. Let's get Yijun. And then we're good on Neo N. I get 2 more commandos. I want to save enough scrap for some upgrades. Alright, so you... We're going to put you on here. And then in terms of upgrades... Additional squadron docks are insanely expensive, but I guess that's basically like your offensive capabilities. So our other officer is a weapons officer. I would like to add another weapon dock. Let's do that. And then we will load up. Not you. I don't think the debris catapults can be very useful, personally. Let's do the cannon. Also, how much does this stuff sell for that I have? All weapons sell for 25. Let me get rid of the debris catapult. All right. All right, 2 more anomalies. Let's see how this goes. Neo-N spill straight ahead, so hard to see, but it's there. Fortunately, we didn't jump into it or be eating away at our hull right now. Neo-N is a bit difficult to gather like this. We should be able to collect some and even more if we have a capable scientist available. I have a specialist, in fact. Need your help, Lieutenant. Basically, we want to gather as much Neo-N as we can. I see. Well, we do have a portable quantum frequency modulator. Should be able to use it on the tractor beam to track the Neo-N. Get going. Soaked up as much of it as I could with the tractor beam, sir. I think you'll be happy with the result. Oh, yeah, that's great. Fuck. Positive outcome indeed. All right. Let's go get owned by this one. We have some tech for the babble. This is a church ship? Please don't attack. Look, we have a nice weapon. Excellent at killing. We'll gladly trade it to you for just a small amount of scrap. What's the catch, pirate? There is no catch. Why would there be a... God. Chat, do we walk into another obvious trap? Yes, idiot. Vote trap. I love springing traps. Here, have some money. We'll do it, pirate. Guess I'm feeling generous today. What a relief. Here's your weapons promised. Now I need to find a dark place to hide. I got a space? Wait. It wasn't a trap. How was it not a trap? What the fuck was it? Teleports any object at least 7 cells away in any direction. That's actually really cool. Let's use that thing. I'm curious. That's really fucking cool. I got a yeet gun. All right, I guess we're done here. I guess we're exiting. Bite my shiny metal ass, pirates. Shoot them anyway. Whew. Says the boss. Scrapper battleship looks like one of Mother's sector cronies. Incoming transmission. This is Jeef Skeege. Hello's battleship in my sector? It's more likely than you think. Think you took a wrong turn somewhere, Admiral. Not that I'm complaining. Where is she? Where is Mother? Think I'm gonna tell you just because your ship's all shiny and appetizing. That's my mom we're talking about. Battle isn't. Juice Spooge's brother-in-arms? Alright, he is going to deploy drones and fighters. Alright, so we got some shit for this. Let's get our squadrons out and ready. What is that? On death, deals 14 damage to all adjacent units, damage halved on battle. Oh, okay, so that's what it is. They explode on death. Well, we have plenty of health. It should be fine. Engage! Yep, there they went. Weapons are ready, but we don't need them, really. See, that's not good. I fear we may lose one of these fighter squadrons, but not a whole lot I can do about that at this point. Wait, what just happened? Alright, you need to pull back. You need to get rid of these guys. And let's see if we can Tesla field these fuckers. Hang on, we're gonna try the yeet gun. Oh, I missed. Fuck. All right, you know what? Just here. You work on this. They're actually gonna take damage while they're attacking us. Let's see, they got bonuses against frigates, but we got drones here. Let's deploy our drones. And then those other drones self-destructed. We want... Jesus! Look at all that scrap. Holy shit! Achievement unlocked. Jeff Skeege. One of the reasons to use weapons on non-battleship targets at any rate? Yeah. I wish I had my cannon equipped, actually. Let's do that while I'm thinking about it. Cannon would have helped immensely. It would have one-shotted those guys. Where the hell are we? Planetary defense turret wreckage. There's a shipyard. That could be cool. Visit the shop. What's up? Drones. Oh, this is my patched drone. With the cutie system, did you just unlock Jeff Spooge as an officer now? One can only hope. What'd that do? So now we have normal. Okay. So now it's normal. This will load up the ground. All right. Okay. Cool. Neat. So there's no system map here. Because we're at the entrance. Okay. I want to... We get a couple more options from Asoporus. And there's a shipyard I'd like to check out. So let's head there. Squadron get destroyed. It deploys in a patch state until... I see. Okay. So it's kind of like officers. Because officers go to injured. And then if they get hurt again while they're injured, then they go to dead. What kind of station, sir? Can't you just let us die in peace, imp? What is this place, Scrapper? Scrapper Hospice Station. Our comrades take our scrap and dump us here when our radiated bodies become too dysfunctional. Usually happens around 25, 26. I know one guy, Scourge, who lived all the way to 33. Good old Scourge. And get out of here, imp. Should we attack this scrapper station, sir? I'm not sure I see the point, Captain. No, we continue on. Did you win yet? I have not won yet, Eva. In fact, I doubt I'm even close. First things first, I want to check out the shipyard. Well, there's not a whole lot of things to do here anyway. So I'm picking up a distress signal. Incoming transmission. Help me, Imperial. Our ship crashed on this rock. Scrapper signal, sir. I'm gonna starve, or worse yet, get eaten by a Xeno. You gotta help me. Personally, I feel bad for the Xeno. I can't think of a more disgusting meal than a scrapper. What's a Xeno? You're sick, Admiral. Asking about that one. I'm so close to dying. It's a creature that lives here, okay? Big teeth, fast, eats anything, even scrappers. Come on, you gotta get me out of here. I don't want to be Xeno food. Well, I know we like walking into obvious traps, so let's rescue him. Captain, give me that scrapper. You sure, sir? You asked me. Dying in the mouth of the Xeno is exactly what the scrapper deserves. Do it, Captain. I have my reasons. That didn't sound good. Scrapper's been rescued, sir. Blew that Xeno up just as it was about to swallow him down. Splattered nice and good. Put him in the brig for you. Goes by the name of Sick, if you can believe that. Oh, cool. You saved me, Admiral. I was looking at that Xeno's mouth and your troops splattered to dead. Maybe Imperials aren't so bad. Where's Mother? Where is she, Scrapper? Where's Mother? Mother? I couldn't say. She's a very busy woman, scrapping Omni tech and enslaving people. But since you saved my life, yeah, I guess I can help you. You heard of the Neo-N child, right? We do actually have an excuse for not knowing all this stuff, which is nice. Prophet of these sectors, a child no older than 12. She knows all there is to know. The Neo-N helps her see, snorts it up her little nose. If anyone knows where Mother is or who or what shut down the machines, it's gonna be her. Where's the child? I'll tell you. On one condition, you give me a bunch of scrap and release me on a planet somewhere. A planet without Xenos. Do you want to take his deal or you want to threaten him? Neon child? She broke open a bunch of highlighters and just like rolled around in them for a while. This is Indigo oh Christ, I hope not. We're role-playing suckers, so make the trade. Firm belief in spring. Yeah, okay. Yep. We're playing the boyiest Boy Scout ever. Fine, now tell me where she is. You'll find the child on this station, the next sector, Admiral. Put it on your star map. She and the Silent Sisters live there. Mother occasionally visits for counsel. If you're lucky, maybe you'll bump into her. Silent Sisters, they say they're Mother's sisters. Rumors they once tried to rise up against her, spread all kinds of rumors. When Mother found out, she cut out their tongues, made sure they never spread rumors again. Now, when are you gonna drop me off on this Xeno-free planet? Oh, that worked out. I can't believe it. Thanks to being a clone or something, you say we were born yesterday. Didn't even cost us that much scrap. We still got over 500. All right, Shipyard. Auxiliary system, Quark's cooling system, faster reload, instant loader, topmost weapon dock to be instantly deployed and ready to fire at the start of each fight. Each subsequent instant loader auxiliary system will apply its effect to the next available dock. Ooh, Mark III fighters. Ooh. Special stealth. First attack in stealth mode deals an additional 10 damage to squadron for 15 heat to battleship systems. Ooh. How much? How do auxiliary systems work? That's our core. Oh, they're here. Okay, we have 2 slots for auxiliary systems. thinking about the instant loader and the ghost fighters. Both of those sound really cool. Do it. Expensive, but neat. Definitely the spookiest option. Not a huge difference. From Mark 1 to Mark 3, 10 more health, 2 more DPS. I guess proportionally, that's a pretty big DPS increase. So I'm going to put... The cannon has the longest reload time, so if I put that in Dock 1, that means we'll be able to open with a 35 damage shot, which seems pretty good to me. And then we'll do the Tesla field generator. Neat. Okay. I want to get a third dock, but man, 300 scrap is a lot. Past my bedtime to keep suckering suckers. Will do, Naren. Don't worry, we'll make you proud by embarrassing ourselves thoroughly. Yeah, I think instant fire cannon should be pretty good. I mean, it reminds me of the weapon pre-igniter in FTL, which could break the game pretty hard if you had the right weapons to go with it. All right, there's another anomaly here. Let's check it out. The sun cried yet? Did I miss the crying sun? No. I'm sure we've disappointed the sun very much, but we haven't brought it to tears quite yet. When you thought you destroyed all the ships you possibly could, another beauty enters your world. Aww. All right, so yeah, let's see how this works out. All right, they're launching. I'm gonna be able to one-shot their fighters. So this already seems really cool. Looks like they've only got fighters, but I could swap you out for frigate. Not that it really matters. All right. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I think I can hit both of them. Ah, fuck. It's got travel time. Oh, man. I wasn't even thinking about that. Nice. Let's do it. Let's take out their squadrons. Ooh, drones do massive damage to frigates. I might be able to block them off or fry them a bit. Okay, we won. Doesn't matter. We got a flat cannon. I think it just shotguns an area. All right, that could have been much worse. Looks like we're done in this sector. All right, so we got 2 anomalies. Ejected cryopod and a mercenary outpost. And then there'll be 2. I think I like this path. Let's go to Oberhausen. I really like this game's style. Civilian ships, sir, incoming message. What? Message is completely scrambled, sir. Can't make heads or tails of it. Sun must have fried the comms. What do you want to do about this ship, Admiral? Sure, we got extra commandos. Lean, check out the ship with the team. Commandos are disposable, it's true. Sir, I'm back. What'd you find, Captain? The message was a warning not to come any closer. The Neo-N reactor was unstable from high solar interference. Was? It blew up, sir, and so did the civilian ship along with it. There's more, sir. We lost our team, our men and women. They were on the civvy ship. They're gone. What were they doing in the ship, Captain? Had to make a snap decision. Given the situation, I thought they should board the ship to help the civvies get off. Made the wrong call, sir. I made the worst call that you could make. Captain, I can't fault you for trying to save civilian lives. It was the right thing to do. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to drown the rest of these feelings in the strongest battleship brew I can find. Good thing they're disposable. Alright. Damn those scrappers. Damn you! Alright, let's check out this cryopod. How's Vicarelli Beacon? Oh, those are the embarrassingly shitty ones. Seems to have an old message stuck in it. Not even a scrapper would scrap that. Let's hear it. Doesn't seem to be working, sir. It looks like it wasn't high quality to begin with. How's Vicarelli? Truly the worst of the houses. Alright, we got another commando mission. These are neat. I like these. Alright, ooh. Okay, Paula. Oh, nice. Paula is the best one for this mission. She won't get hurt. She may only lose one dude. Let's do it. I love Paula. Have you found a Planet of the Apes yet? Unfortunately, no. I wonder if there are any, like, rare, silly events in this game. We got some script. Avoided some danger. Ejected cryopod. Please find something cool. God damn it! Ow. Please continue. Found a shitload of scrap. Can I just pass one of those special events, please? Like, please, please? I'd really appreciate it, thanks. It's a nice station. No. Denied. Imperial ship, we don't get many of those on our way these days at the clinic. What can I do for you, Admiral? Let me ask what's up. Before the shutdown, this is a hospital where we treat patients with all kinds of mental problems. Omni inferiority complexes probably being our bread and butter. Omni envy, a serious problem for citizens of the Empire. That was then. Now the clinic is little more than a refuge for a few of us human doctors and our families. Not much, we call it home. Could be a good chance to help the officers and crew with some of their problems. So some of the crew are starting to worry that their emotionally linked memories are never going to come back. Trying to shrink, psychiatrist, I mean, could do some good. Doc, could you help the crew? Depressed over the shutdown, I take it. More like fatigue from trying to restore the Emperor's sectors to their former state. I see, that would wear a person down. Happy to do what we can, Admiral. Be like the old days again. Of course, we'll need scrap for the job. I'm afraid our days of pro bono work are on hold for the moment. I don't think any of our officers are even hurt, though. Like... Skip? Sorry to hear that, Admiral. If you don't mind, move along. We have a plasma nuke aimed at your ship if you need a little extra motivation. Cute. Yeah, all of our officers seem to auto heal after they come back from missions, so give the pro boner work. What do we got? Another Paula. Emergency repair. Pick up a few more commandos, replace the one we lost, I think. I guess I could sell some junk. Ninja Zombie, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate that. How you doing tonight? Let's ditch the space bender. I don't think it's that exciting. How you doing? What were you up to tonight? We are witnessing some suns crying. What's up, Wyvern Shill? Good to see you as well. I want a little bit more of a scrap buffer before I go for that one. Move on to a cheat. It's another mercenary outpost, huh? Might not follow the stream much, gotta work as well. That's totally fine. I'm just glad you're here at all. Glad I could say hello. Comfy old school RS for today? Nice. Bad news, the squadron picked up a scrapper sticky bomb on a recent patrol. Must have jumped into some scrapper hunting grounds. Hasn't detonated. We've evacuated the hangar. We have to act fast. We wish to avoid damage to the squadron. Yeah, build the shell. Giant enemy cube. So these are apparently like fuel refineries for the old empire. This is a neat game. It's a roguelike. We're basically a cloned admiral for this like galactic empire that 20 years ago completely collapsed. And not us, not our crew, not our super advanced AI. Nobody knows why the empire collapsed. So we're making our way across the old empire to see if we can figure out what the fuck happened. Yeah, the Borg are here. All right, cool. So let's scavenge some fuel. Not much, but better than nothing. All right, local system has one mercenary outpost with an anomaly. We're Kevin Sorbo, except without the shitty opinions. Scrapper ship looks abandoned, but I'm picking up a scanner meta lens upgrade. Why would they leave that behind? Radiated scum probably didn't see any advantage taken with them. Well, it's ours now. Cool, we got a navigation scanner. Fucking neato. Where did that go? Where is it? I want it. Is it not auxiliary? Oh, it was an automatic. Ah, it was an automatic upgrade. Cool. I like those. We do know why the Empire collapsed. All the other AIs died. Right, okay. So I guess more specifically, we're trying to figure out if there's a way to jumpstart the AIs to get the Empire back. Ooh, what's this guy? This guy's like... Oh, this guy has additional skills. He has a scientist skill as well. Joe Dredd. Oh, God. Increase the squadron's deploy zone. Squadron, yes. Proximity repair. Pierce laser Mark III. I think it's only 5 more damage than the one we have now. Yeah, it's just a free upgrade point. I thought it was an auxiliary system. My mistake. I could trade out our existing... but she's a handy spy. I haven't seen much of Crying Suns. It reminds me... Yes, it has a lot of FTL. There is a lot of FTL DNA in here. Shockingly, in some cases. Do I want this guy, or do I want... I think I want to save my money and get the squadron upgrade instead. Gotta take off, thanks for the good cathartic cry. My pleasure, Satellite Sun. Glad you enjoyed it. Oh, man. I mean, that's it for this system. What is this? There's an Omni Forge. Okay, we need to see what this Omni Forge is. Or I could actually... Wait. I can actually jump back to Fac Majoris and then hit Omega Srob. Loadout screen at the beginning of the run said clone officers unlocked stuff as well. Oh, really? Really? Fuck it, let's get him. He seems cool. Yeah, new officer DNA unlocked. This officer will now be available in the starting roster whenever the clone is ready. Okay, perfect. Great. Worth it. How much is it for an additional... God, look at him. He's... Oh, you can't see him because of me. Here, let me move myself up here a little bit so you can see. Joe Dredd, brah! We could do hull integrity support upgrade instead, just so we can cram him in there. Could be fun. He really blends in. Looks good at stomping things. I tell you what, let's head. We're gonna be bumming around some of these systems for a bit. Let's go to Fac Majoris. There's a ground signal here too. Maybe we'll get some use out of him since he has 3 skills instead of 2. I wonder what the most number of skills an officer can have. Sir, mind if I have a word? What is it, Lieutenant? Sir, I was wondering if we might take a moment to mourn for those who have passed away on our journey so far. Mourn for our own past lives, you mean? Well, yes, I guess that is what I'm saying. I think it could really help provide a sense of closure. If my estimates are right, it'll cost us a bit of scrap to hold a proper funeral service. You know what? Fine. I'm a total sucker. Go for it. Thank you, sir. I'll check back in with you when the service is over. Ceremony's over. Of course, we'll continue to die, and maybe we'll need to mourn our future deaths too, but I believe the funeral was quite healing. Whatever. Fall for all the traps. Yeah, Wyvern Shield, that's I think my favorite thing about this game is just how good it looks. I love the art style and the presentation. Alright, what is this abandoned auto factory? Civvy ship, not detecting any activity inside. I fear we're too late. Attempt to contact. No response. Do a flyby. Fall into the trap. Lose some shit. It's a ghost ship, all right. Nothing here, no scrap or fuel. Looks like someone beat us to it. Probably one of those despicable scrappers. Moving on then. All right, we got an abandoned auto factory on the surface. Ooh, major threats. Ambushed by mutated creatures. Aw, dude. Okay. There's really no good place for my face cam for this game. I guess we'll park it up here for a while. That's gonna be bad for battles, but I guess good for everything else. Good thing we fucking picked up Joe Dredd. Motherfucker's gonna extract between 92% and 100% of all resources. Looks like losing 4 commandos is pretty standard for this mission. Have you ever played Nexus the Jupiter Incident? That game is such fantastic. I haven't. I've wanted to, though. I've got it in my library. You're right in the middle, yes. I guess technically, you know what? I guess technically it is just buttons in the middle, isn't it? Nothing important ever really seems to happen there, so okay, cool. Well, I guess you're gonna miss out on some dialogue. Fuck it, I don't know what to do here. Let's just launch the expedition and see what happens. He's got a lot of health too, that's great. Choo. Fight, ambushed. Oh shit. We couldn't persuade them. Diogo's dead. Nice. Danger. Danger avoided. Oh, we got some Neo-N. Lost another one. Continue with the mission. Please, God, get the shit out of here this time. Fight! Engineering! Yes! Oh, it's just a bunch of scrap. Whatever. Fuck it. More scrap. All the scrap. Infinite scrap. I should constantly move it around the screen just to annoy everyone. Do I really need to move it around the screen to annoy everyone? I thought I was pretty good at that already. Good work, Joe Dredd. 2 commandos gave their lives for 165 scrap, 3 units of fuel. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. No, but it will contribute. Alright, done with this system. On to Omega Srob. We're gonna find out what an Omni Forge is. But yeah, the map, the sector map works exactly like FTL. You move between nodes and like you get chased by shit. Imperial ship, wondering when you might show up. I have something that will interest you. What do you have? Just a Kosh transponder. Why would I be interested in that? The Kosh transponder will provide a certain invisibility in the presence of other Kosh battleships. Useful if, say, a certain Kosh battleship around here was carrying a small mountain of scrap, which I know to be the case. You need a good spy to access the Kosh ship and boost the scrap, otherwise it can be impossible. You have to cut me in, of course. Say 20%? Nah, 25. 25 or I walk. We have a special option to do the job. Let's do the job. We'll do it. Be a fool not to. Sending over the transponder. Don't worry, I'm sending the instruction manual and the battleship coordinates. Good luck, Admiral. Transponder's hooked up and ready to go, sir. Got the coordinates for the Kosh battleship. On my way now. Oh, we're just gonna do it. The mission went off without a hitch. The Kosh transponder allows us to get close enough so I could sneak in and grab the scrap. She wasn't kidding. It's a small fortune indeed. Nice work, Admiral. Now where's my share? Not bad. Not bad. Holy shit. That's so much fuel. We are rich in fuel. My God. Alright, what the fuck is an Omni Forge? Let's find out what this thing is. Ooh, it's neat. Damaged shipping container. Then a quick scan. Appears to be a spherical object among the wreckage with an unusual signature. Doesn't appear to belong to any of the major houses. Naturally, we could retrieve and further examine the sphere on the ship. Not knowing what it is does pose some risk. 50-50 chance. Walk right into the trap. It's probably a bomb. It will kill all of our commandos. It's a giant D20. Looking at the object out of my windshield now, sir, it's nothing but space trash. That's why it's emitting a weird signal. Nothing of any value here, sir, unless you're into trash, I mean. Oh, you can upgrade your squadrons at the Omni Forge. Cool. Cool. Fun Easter egg, Srob is Borask backwards. Interesting. It costs fuel to upgrade. Okay, the jump from 3 to 4 is not significant. The jump from 1 to 2 is. I think I might upgrade my frigates. Because we face a lot of fighters. Let's do it. Frigate Mark II. Oh, you can upgrade. Oh, it's not just a one-off thing. You can upgrade multiples. Well, good thing we just found an entire treasure trove of fuel. Upgrade some more fighters. And I might as well upgrade one of our drones. And then I think that'll be good. No need to go completely insane here. Don't need to know about your vowel movements. Fortune smiles on you this dark, oxygenless day, sir. I've nearly finished constructing my liquid healer nanobot tank, and all I need are a few remaining parts, which you can easily find in a squadron. Break one down for me, I can finish my tank and heal some of your injured officers. What do you say, my good man? No. You know, our squadrons are best right now. Never hurts to ask. Can't help but feel somewhat insulted. Fuck you. Alright, from here, it's the exit. So before we hit the exit, I'm gonna go ahead and add a squadron dock, because we got plenty of scrap for it. And then we have an extra officer. Oh, we have another weapons officer, but we don't really need them at the moment. Let's see. There we go. At least he didn't hex us, that's true. That was a shock. That was highly unexpected. Let's get going. To the exit we go. Nice blue star. Almost like it's crying. My mother's sector bosses. It's Jeef Skag. You're that imp that took care of Skeege in the last sector. I am. I'll take care of you if you get in my way. Mom told me to kill you nice and dead. Now I see why. You're kind of mean. You kind of suck. Alright, this dude has drones. Two drone squadrons and a fighter. Alright, I need to time this cannon shot. See if this works. Boom! Look at that shit. Beautiful. Alright, the Mark IIs can go ahead and get rid of this guy. No, you need to go this way. Sucks, but them's the breaks. Actually, these guys, let's have them withdraw, because they're damaged. Send the frigates after these dudes. Oh, wait. Dudes are tenacious. They're being healed. Deploy another fighter squadron. Alright, we need to take out their squadrons. Woo! That worked out. Man, my frigates are not looking healthy. Pull them back. Send these guys out. Tesla cannon works on hulls. Tesla cannon does not work on hulls, no. Oh, so that's what happens. When you blow up a bar, it repels your... Oh dear. Can I get you guys? Oh man. Shit, I was really hoping they weren't gonna do that. Ah! I gotta recall these. Give a fresh fighter squadron, and then they are not giving up. That was a really good shot, if I do say so myself. A really good shot. Shit. Your squadrons have been wrecked and can't be used in this fight until patched. Onboard mechanics can only patch the squadron up to 50% of its max health. Okay, so we did lose one squadron. Fortunately, it wasn't one of our better ones. Okay, that actually worked out. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Take it out, take it out. God, this thing has a lot of life bars. Like a lot of life bars. Yeah. I think we're about to... Yeah, we lost our frigates too. Damn it. Good thing we got so many ships. Man, you just gotta do damage. That's it. That's all we're asking. Oh, we did it. Jesus. Aren't willing to shell your own position. You're willing to win. Yeah, 3 of our squadrons got wrecked. But we pulled it off and we got plenty of scrap. Not bad. Alright. Alright, so yeah, it's gonna cost us about 100 to repair them all, but that's fine. Let's see. Gonna pick up some more commandos. Probably okay on fuel. Upgrades. Hold off on upgrades for now. Wait a second. Oh, hello. I forgot to put my wine there. Right in front of me. Almost knocked it in my lap. Oh, this is the Neo-N child. Okay. So we definitely want to end up there. Was an ejected cryopod up there. Let's head to Acelius B. I want to get another squadron officer. Got R&D for you. I hope you don't mind. Since we had a little time on our hands, we went ahead and built a little weapon prototype out of scrap. Don't you think you should have asked for permission first? Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's almost complete. Do you want us to finish it or not? That's expensive. But I do have a lot of scrap, so let's see what it does. You should have asked first, but excellent initiative, team. Take the scrap you need to finish this. Thanks a lot, sir. Always nice to hear you say that. You know how plants feed on the sunlight? Well, your compliments are our nourishment. Doesn't that just warm your heart to hear that? R&D is so weird. And we spent all that scrap for a Tesla field generator Mark II. Oh, it's a bigger area though. More damage and a bigger area. That might actually be more useful, all things considered. Alright, let's check this cryopod. Hello? Don't attack, it's my first day on the job. Here, take the scrap, just leave me alone. Wow, I almost feel bad for that pirate. Almost. Nice! I love it. Alright, commando time. What do we got? Wait. This planet's called Ivolus Minor. Yeah, I just saw that, Nimrod. I just like, that looks familiar. Huh. No major threat detected. Once again, wow. Joe Dredd has a 0% chance to lose commandos. Go forth. Be fruitful and conquer. Danger. Don't give a shit. Danger. Don't give a shit. Danger. Still don't care. Didn't get anything from the resource cache. There's a lot of danger on this planet. This guy is apparently very well versed in avoiding. Oh my god, I got an entire officer out of that. Fucking sweet. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. Please continue. This is awesome. Taj Howard. You have too many officers? Fuck. Taj, Taj is a scientist. Just don't make this guy a judge. Things will go badly if you do. Damn. I did want another squadron officer. I could get rid of Yijun. It's kind of a pointless ability, though. But I mean, yeah, this is kind of overlapping anyway. Alright, I'm gonna drop Yijun. We'll put Joe in here, and then can add squadron support. Which isn't gonna make a huge difference, but still. It's in the... we gotta... Heat has not been a thing yet. Unless I just absolutely have not been noticing. Heat has not mattered at all. At least for us. Maybe it's been impacting our opponents, but... eh. Anomaly. I love those. Imperial battleship. Get out of here. This is our spot. What? Get me back in touch with that ship, Lieutenant. You again? What do you want this time? You're gonna get us both killed. This is Admiral Idaho, Grand Admiral of the Fleet. Yeah, and this is Emperor Oberon, Emperor of, you know, the Empire. If you don't get out of here, you're gonna regret it. Captain's been spooked bad, sir. Well, we've stepped on every rake we possibly could on this playthrough so far. I can prove I am who I say I am. What'd I tell you? Why couldn't you have just listened to me? Doesn't look good, sir. Okay, so this... They have a piercing laser and a force field generator. That could all be pretty bad. Well, at least they don't have boomer drones. I hate boomer drone. That's a big fucking squad of drones. Alright, Alright, get some damage there. Alright, we need to protect the frigates, so... Oh, they're stuck. Shit. Wait, are they? No, I just hit the wrong button. That's all. We'll go ahead and send... I'm just gonna send the frigates up to... Hopefully... Battleship's under attack. Apparently battleship's under attack. Excuse us while we skip past you. Enemy weapons ready to fire, huh? Let's take out those weapon systems. Oof! Ooh, that was a pretty good shot. That was a pretty good shot. And maybe not gonna fry these assholes for a bit, because they're stunned. Fighters. Okay, we want the fighters on the frigate. The drones are kind of overwhelming our fighters. That's not good, but I can't really... Oh, man. I don't think I'm... Oh, my God. Okay, they actually survived that. We need to pull them back and get... something else out here. There we go. Alright, we won some scrap from them. But why did they attack us? Why did another battleship of the Empire bother to attack us? Very strange. Coming transmission. Failed battleship. Well, since you're here, maybe you can help us with the problem. A very serious problem. What kind of problem? Colony's birth rate. Frankly, we're having too many babies. Why is this a problem? Problem when you don't have the resources to support that new life, Admiral. We don't, not with the shutdown. You help us control the population. How can we help? Omnis control the population before the shutdown, implementing a tech that prevented 99% of the population from conceiving. Some of the default setting was switched in the opposite position. Now everyone here is getting pregnant. We have old birth tech here, hundreds of years old. We can't get to work. We need more scrap and possibly a good engineer. Encourage the governor to promote abstinence. We all know how well that fucking works. Fortunately, I have a specialist in anti-fucking technology. Never thought I'd be saying that out loud. Hey, you want to see me, sir? Know anything about old birth control tech? To be honest, no, but it was pre-Omni tech. I'm positive I can figure it out. Pretty positive. Interesting choice of words. Good news, sir. Took a bit of elbow grease, but I was able to activate the old tech. Thank you, Admiral. The tech should help us right the ship, so to speak, save hundreds, if not thousands of lives. Please accept this Neo-N. Nice. Quite a bit, in fact. Good work, team. Alright. It looks like it's quest time. I'm gonna play until we clear this cluster or die, because I want to see if you get any big story beats at the end of Chapter 1. This has been a lot of fun. Abandoned scrapper ship, high levels of radiation, high even for a scrapper. Need a specialist officer. Fortunately, we have one of those. I was in storage not long ago and saw an asynchronic polarized tank just sitting in the corner gathering dust. Can you believe we had an asynchronic polarized tank but didn't have it up and running? Hard to imagine. Point is, all I have to do is plug that baby in and I'll have that scrap sterilized in no time. Done, sir. The scrapper scrap has been scrubbed clean. You'll be happy. It's a small fortune. It's quite a bit, in fact. Alright, what do we got? We got a Merc outpost. We got the Neo-N child. I wonder if that's going to be a fight. I mean, with as much scrap as we have, let's just do the squadron docks again. It's kind of huge. And we'll put a second fighter squadron in there. Because that's just straight DPS we can do. And then if the thing goes well with the child, I'll go to the mercenary outpost and maybe get a better officer to double up for squadron duties. Hopefully, maybe. Here are sir, the supposed location of the Neo-N child. What do we do? Send a message to the station. Ready when you are. This is Admiral Idaho of the NS Odysseus. I've come seeking the wisdom of the Neo-N child. Incoming transmission. Admiral Idaho, I've been expecting you. Welcome to my station. I'm the 21st Neo-N child of these sectors. The Silent Sisters have ground some Neo-N and I've snorted its mystical blue powder. Visions fill my mind even now as I speak to you. You've come seeking answers. Maybe I can provide some. Go on. What questions do you have? Where's Mother? I know that's the big question. You'll find Mother near the folder in the deepest sector of this cluster. She's positioned her warship there in hopes of one day entering other clusters. Her ambitions go far beyond our sectors. It'd be best to avoid her, Admiral. And why is that? Because she will kill you many times, each time more painful than the last. These are the words of the Neo-N. You have other questions still. Who or what shut down the Omnis? There's a lonely girl with no face. You met her, and yet you didn't. She is everyone, and she is no one at all. It is she who used the key. And yet, search as you will never find the lonely girl, for space is cold and dark, and the screams within go unheard. These are the words of the Neo-N. What does she mean? I don't know, Lieutenant. We know that to save the people of these sectors, we must reactivate the Omnis, but how? It is uncertain if that is possible, but first the scattered child must become whole again. If that condition is met, and only if, the heir can receive the final answers from beyond at the far end. Scattered child, the answers beyond the far end? I don't understand. I'm only a voice for the words of the Neo-N. I cannot also translate their meaning for you. Is there nothing else you can say? One more thing. Travel to the end of the cluster and speak with Mother. She can provide you with additional information. That is, if she doesn't kill you first. I'm afraid you do not know all you need to know to begin your journey. You have other questions? Speak to a silent sister? They do not speak, Admiral. They cannot. They have no tongues. Mother removed them. Alright, guess we're good. Just as well, the effects of the drug are wearing off. We must try to save her. She's just a child. Do not try to save me. I occupy this position by choice. Yes, I will not live long. The Neo-N does not allow for that. A cancer rapidly spreads throughout my body. I feel it everywhere. And yet I've been fortunate in my 11 years. I've seen many great truths of startling beauty and also wretched darkness. But tell me something, Admiral. Yes? What is it like? What do you mean? The Omni on your ship. How did you... May I see him? They shut down long before I was born. I've heard stories and I'm most curious. Yes, here he is. I don't understand. This is what all the fuss is about? These are the machines who are worshipped as gods? Seems kind of disappointed. I wish you luck, Admiral, and many battleship weapons. In Mother's sectors, you'll find both are needed. That was pretty great. I like that. Oh shit, she can see the meta plot. Alright, let's hit the mercenary outpost. Scrap it a Kosh minefield. Looks like you got the best of it, too. Could damage our birds pretty good. You feel like rolling the dice? Sure! Minefield or not, we need that scrap. Tired of studying fight footage anyway. Took some careful maneuvering. We extracted the scrap without incident, sir. Been added to our stock. Nice. Very nice indeed. Well done indeed. What do we got? Battlefield Auto Crafter. Fully charged spawns one crafted drone on any non-crafted squadron death. Interesting. Increases squadron deploy zone. Squadron deploy zone could be nice. Dark matter cannon. Damage. The old flat cannon. Hang on, my current I'm missing somebody with the eyeball skill. I think we can get rid of Leah. Because I don't plan on doubling up on weapons unless I get a better officer for that. Oh, no, wait, Taj. Because I don't plan on using patch squadrons. I guess we'll get rid of Taj. Trade Taj for a different Taj. Okay, we'll sell an officer. One, that Taj gone. That Taj in. I guess we'll sell the old Tesla field generator since we got a better one now. Alright, upgrades. Squadron support. There we go. I guess we'll do... Dock recovery will probably help. Get things moving around a bit faster. Some health to our bar, too. Alright. One more here, and it is Anomaly. What kind of battleship is this? Imperial ship, the NS Odysseus. Thought so, you're too late. Too late for what? They took our men, Admiral. Scrappers, rotten smelling scrappers. They took them, now they're probably made in their plaything. How can I help? I think you already know by letting us join your ship, by letting us fight scrapper scum beside you. You have combat experience? You don't need experience when you have this kind of bloodlust. Killing scrapper scum, it's all I think about, all I dream about. Crew? Bunch of badass women who want to fight for us? Is there really a downside? Could be agents, we don't know. Don't listen to Hawks, he's just afraid of women, sir. Actually, I'm afraid of everything. Welcome aboard! No one will fight harder and more bravely for you. Now, come on, let's find some scrappers to squash. 9 fucking commandos! Sweet! Yeah, I call that a positive outcome. Alright. Alright, There's an Omniforge on the way, but we don't have a whole lot in the way of fuel to use for it. And I think I can only hit one of these. Cryopod, battleship wreckage. We'll take the direct route. Because I think the alert's gonna be right on our tail. Yeah, that was nice. Oh, hello. Freaking we'll record message from this Kosh beacon. Kosh check, when you need to be 120% sure you've killed your enemies dead. Nice. Nice. Good, cool. Just a map. I guess we'll start with the battleship wreckage. Damaged civilian tanker. Scrapper attack written all over it. Check it out, Lynch. It's gonna blow up in our faces. I shudder to think what happened to its crew, but we're in luck, sir. The scrappers missed some neo-end and refueling tech. Ooh, nice. Alright. We got a mission. Mutated flying creatures. There is battleship wreckage and planetary defense turret wreckage. Nice. Oh, this one looks risky, though. So I could send Joe Dredd, but he's gonna lose between half and all of his commandos. Taj might be the safer bet here. They're not gonna get everything. 45 and 75%. I think the mission fails if you lose all your commando. We do have a bunch of commandos, but I think the mission fails if you lose all of them. So I think there's a chance if I send Joe Dredd, the mission will be a complete failure. So I think I'm gonna go with Taj this time. We'll see how it goes. They're a spy, so I don't know how good they're gonna be about extracting stuff from the wreckage, but we'll find out. So it seems like they have the right skills for avoiding danger, but not the right skills for picking shit up. Ouch. Oh shit, we got something. Core Blaster Mark III. Nice. We're not very erudite. Keep going. Hey, big pile of scrap too. Okay, that worked out perfectly. Mutated flying creatures, though. All right, we lost two commandos. That was to be expected. I mean, that was a huge success, if you ask me. What's a core blaster? Can only target allied units. Destroy one allied unit on a target cell and deals 25 plus 50% of its current health as damage to all adjacent units. What? It's a gun you shoot your own units with. That's stupid. What is with games in this FTL vein just being loaded down with useless weapons? Gigabrain tactics? Seriously. Like, what the fuck? Transmission. So happy you're here, Admiral. Our colony desperately needs your help. Our Mori Marwim population is out of control. What the fuck is that? 25 plus 50% is a lot of damage. Yeah, but like... It's basically mutually assured destruction. Like, as long as you're matching up units against their weaknesses, that shouldn't be an issue. I guess if you really wanted to, like, send out bait units, like big chunky bait units, get them swarmed by the enemy units and then blow them all up, that could work. But the fact that they keep cycling units like they did in that last battle, like, I feel like you really don't want to knock out your own units too fast. Some nocturnal parasitical mammaloid. At night while we sleep, it enters our homes, paralyzes its victims with its bite, and lays its eggs in their mouths. Mori marwims. Funny, they almost sound like they'd be cute instead of absolutely disgusting. The horror doesn't stop there, because the marwim bite contains a chemical compound which tricks the host into thinking the mammaloids are its own offspring, better ensuring the marwims reach adulthood, at which point they search for another host, thus repeating its grotesque life cycle. 20 years ago, we had anti-marwim tech that all but eliminated them, but since the shutdown, that tech has been useless and our marwim numbers have skyrocketed. Can you help with our marwim problem? Sweet, free eggs. You want some scrap? What Oberon's name for? Maybe it can help with your situation. Use it to build barriers. We have scrap, Admiral. That's not what I'm after. Were you even listening to me? No, I can't, you fuckface. I hope you never have a marwim infestation on your ship. That's all I can say. Grateful dick. Geige's field generator. Every time you encounter a warring battleship or an alert risk on an anomaly, there's a 50% chance your Geige's field generator activates and makes your battleship and fleet invisible to the enemy. You can choose to deactivate the generator to ambush your enemy or stay hidden to avoid the fight while continuing to interact with the point of interest. That's cool. So it lets you choose whether or not to engage with enemies. Tactical log neurosphere. Can be sold for 80 scrap per total victory achieved while equipped. Total victory is earned when a battle is won with 0 squadrons wrecked. Okay. Maybe not. I think we'll get the field generator. Drone Mark IV Flash. Bender Drive. Teleport the unit to its destination. Cannot use regular move. This ability won't charge while fighting. Using the Bender Drive to teleport generates an EMP shockwave, deactivating all enemy squadrons adjacent to their destination. So, these drones don't move normally. Every 7 seconds they can teleport. But not if they're fighting. And when they teleport, they stun enemy squadrons for 2 seconds. It's kind of like an all-in sort of. Fighter Mark IV prototype. Has health regen. Well, I want the field generator. That thing's cool. Thing sounds neat. And then I've got plenty of fighters. I'm gonna try these drones. They sound interesting. Yeah. Okay, we're coming up on an Omni Forge, but that uses fuel instead of scrap to upgrade things. That's the case, actually. Fuel's pretty expensive. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buy out their fuel just in case. Alright. Let's see what this is. Imperial ship remnants near this beacon. Looks like they were trying to repair it when they were attacked. Or bastards trying to do a good thing like that and end up murdered. Decent amount of scrap. I think they'd want us to have it. Yeah, hell yeah. Sweet, great, awesome. Looks like we're done here. On to Gamma Bears Fenlio. Hello. Civilian ship. Looking for good tech? I got all kinds of good tech. All legally procured, of course. With the chance it actually works. Good, real good. 75% good. Oh, these are upgrades. But I guess there's only a chance it's gonna work. I'll try the squadron dock recovery. Just takes long to tell if we've been had. Tech checks out. Nice. All my tech works 75% of the time. Sweet, that actually saved us. That was a huge discount. That was quite nice. All right. All right, let's go ahead and hit this one first. So know how much fuel we'll have to work with. Yo, ship, you can help us shut down left our planet in a civil war. My people desperately need your help. Tell me about the Civil War. Two types of people here, the Asnem and the Bashari. The Aki Omnis were here. They gave the best jobs to the Bashari, often overlooking my people. This is done by the Akis to divide us so they could better control us, I believe. In the beginning, both peoples knew it was an unjust and arbitrary system. Bashari lost sight of that and started abusing their power, throwing Ashram in jail and harassing them as often as they could. Abuse went on for decades, and all that was preventing violence between our two peoples was, paradoxically, the Omnis. When the shutdown happened, suddenly that barrier was gone. That's when the war between our two peoples started. How can we help? Need commandos to defend ourselves against a violent Bashari. They want to wipe us off the planet. Need a second transmission. Do not listen to this nonsense. It is the Bashari who are persecuted by the Asnim. I should know. I've suffered terribly at their hands. True, the Omnis elevate us within our society in positions of power, but rightfully, the Bashari are intelligent and industrious, unlike the Ashram. Ask a specialist officer to find out who should help. Talk to both sides, Lieutenant. Find out who's lying and who's telling the truth. I'll be shocked if the Bashari are telling the truth. Talk to both sides. I'm afraid neither is to be trusted. I believe our commandos would be used not just for purposes of defense, but to commit terrible war crimes. Alright. You fuckers don't get anything. I have a feeling if I do, they'll be used for crimes of war. Proving yourself a cowardly Imperial. Are you usually this indecisive? Whatever. Fuckers. I don't think that was a mistake. I get the feeling... I get the feeling giving commandos to either side might have been, like, bad results. Don't even think about it. My hull might be damaged. I have Imperial slaves. Try anything and everyone dies. Think I'm king? See for yourself. He means it, Admiral. Try anything, we'll all die. Have a specialist talk to the captain to releasing the slaves. Excuse me, I was wondering if I might have a moment of your time. The real question is, who are you? And I think I know the answer. How dare you presume to know me, Oberon lover? Or are you not a man with a taste for the finer things? I am, yes. I'm flattered you notice, actually. You're having a hard time maintaining your preferred way of life, aren't you? Work's been a real constraint. I just thought owning slaves would be so easy, you know? All my friends have slaves, but it's actually a lot of work. As luck would have it, Captain, I come to you today with a solution. Go on, vermin, I'm listening. Okay, that was pretty funny. Done, sir. The scrappers agreed to free as slaves. Luckily for us, some have combat experience and wish to join our cause. 4 more commandos. Now the slaves are safe and sound, Admiral. It could be an excellent time to attack. Yeah, let's fight him. Love me some scrapper hunting. fuck them up. They have a core blaster. These things are way too fast. Alright, that's one down at least. Alright, I keep wanting to right click. It's driving me insane. Alright. Drones are just gonna eat their hulls. Fuck them up. Oof, Jesus. That's no good. Damn it, I missed the drones. Jesus Christ. It's ugly. Well, that's no good. Fuck up their hull. Come on, man. You can do this. Ah, can I cover you? That actually helped. Come on, blow them up. Jesus Christ. That was not good. That was really not good. Man, all my squadrons are patched now. It sucks. Apparently Mark IV is the maximum. I mean, how much? Okay, we just need one to get there. So I'll do. I'll upgrade on these guys. I got a bad feeling about how this next battle might go. But nothing I can do about it now. That's a big ship. It's Mother's battleship, sir, in this cluster's folder. Incoming transmission. Oh my god! Last bosses, dude, thank you so much for the raid. You're just in time. Look what you've joined for. Look at your shiny. Look at you and your shiny Telos battleship. So cute. First Admiral of the Empire and the neighbor of Oberon, I demand Demand nothing, Admiral. I don't know what hole you've been hiding in, but we're free now from Old Man Oberon and his metallic gods. I'm telling it, NFTs. Restore these sectors once more to their natural state, Mother, whether you surrender or not. Whether I surrender? Ugh, you're too much. How much longer you're gonna be my plaything? I can't wait to get close to you. I predict this is gonna go incredibly poorly. That is my expert opinion here. Call to arms. Every 80 seconds, 3 incoming enemy reinforcement units are added to the battlefield. Well, that fucking sucks. That's no good at all. Yeah, I've got a very bad feeling about this. I mean, that helped, though. That's definitely a step in the right direction. What's left? Fighters. Let's see if we can get them. Take these out. Jesus. I really need you to move, like, now. Yeah, it didn't work. God damn it. That almost worked. Oh, Jesus. Oh, fortunately, okay, you can actually reuse patch stuff. That makes a big difference, actually. Okay, they're dead, at least. So actually, we might not be screwed here. Let's get to it. Why don't we recall you? Get y'all working on... Bosch special ability coming. Oh, great. That's not good. Sunk my battleship. that was awful. All these drones are not helping things. That's not gonna work. Man, those things are such a huge pain in the ass. Damn it. Blow that thing. God damn it. More fighters incoming. Oh, I bet. Man, you fuckers. I gotta take what I can get here. Ah. God. That's a huge cluster of drones. I don't think we're actually losing any resources here. We're not, but like... the attrition's pretty bad. And like now... I think it seems like every time they do call to arms, it's sending more units. So that's gonna be a problem. He's out here. Battleships, yeah. Battleship systems sustain damage as the level of heat in that system increases. Battleships sustain a critical effect. Need to deploy an officer in that system to repair it. Okay. Alright, so shit is getting repaired at the moment. Alright, they have one hull bar left. And they got a nice stun effect off. Okay, they did take those guys out. I wish I had more frigates through all this. God, fucking drones. God damn it! You know what? Fuck you. Annoy you to death with these guys. Okay, that's fine. You know what? That's absolutely fine, in fact. More drones for the drone gods. Yeah, I don't remember seeing many frigates, if any at all. I think we might actually have this. Oh my god, I actually did it. It's funny, I always thought I'd die from my Neo-N poison, not at the hands of an Imperial Admiral in a post-Imperial universe. Finish me off, Admiral. What are you waiting for? Why have you terrorized these sectors? Do you have any idea what life was like here before the shutdown? You nobles with your Omnis, you never did care how the other 99% lived. You didn't care because we were the ones who did the dirty work. The jobs in your mines and factories that you believed were too far beneath you and your precious beloved machines. I did those jobs, Admiral, for years, and so did my parents and their parents before them. Your kind promised us a chance to be rich, a chance to own an Omni one day, a chance to rise. Lies. Nothing but lies. And all those lies were a bomb waiting to go off. That bomb went off the day the Omnis shut down. I'm sorry you did not live as you dreamed, I am, but that doesn't condone what you've done in these sectors. You're right, it doesn't. What can I say? The violence. Once I started, I discovered I liked it. You have other questions, don't you, swine? Why did you do it? Why shut down the Omnis of the Outer Rim? The Omnis? That's all anyone wants to talk about. Why not talk about the injustices the Empire created? The absurdity of a system that revolved around pieces of metal. Surely you remember, Admiral, that the cost of one Omni was more than a person like me, a miner, could make in a lifetime? Why don't we talk about that instead? But as much as you want to think that I shut the Omnis down and know how to turn them back on again, I didn't, and I don't. I benefited when they crashed, yes, but I didn't crash them myself. How come you expect me to believe you? A thief, an enslaver, a murderer? Believe what you want, Admiral, it makes no difference to me. Then who did? I can't say, and to be honest, I don't care. Besides, if I knew something, why would I tell you? Because we're dying, all of us, noble or not. If we don't turn the machines on soon, it'll be too late. Maybe humans should die, Admiral. Every single one of us. You ever think of that? All the time. On second thought, I will offer you a clue. I never liked them anyway. Who? The Church of Singularity. Just like your kind, they too have spread lies and made many false promises. Church of Singularity? Years ago, just after the shutdown, I tortured a missionary trapped in these sectors. He told me the church had a plan to free the Omnis. It was his opinion that they'd succeeded in doing so. Why did he tell you this? He was desperate. He thought telling me might save his life. It did not. Why would the Church of Singularity want to free the machines? I don't know, Admiral. That's for you to figure out. Do you know anything about me? Do you know who I am? I do not, Imperial, nor do I care. Bye. Surrender, Mother. You don't have to die. Not today. I might as well. The way I see it, today is as good a day as any other. So you've beaten me, and now these sectors are safe once more. Wait, I just remembered. The Omnis are still down, and you're still stuck in the Outer Rim because you don't have an Omni to use this folder. You're trapped here, and you and your crew will die from starvation or disease, just like everyone else. You're wrong. Imperial ships and Omnis will arrive, Mother. Oberon will see to it. Wait, are you telling me you think there are active Omnis and clusters beyond this one? What do you mean? Oh, Admiral, the Omnis have shut down everywhere, in all clusters. I don't believe you. That would mean the other Imperial clusters are as chaotic and violent as this one. Believe it. If there were active Omnis, don't you think they would have fixed the fold net by now? It's been 20 years. Your empire is finished, Admiral. I won't listen to any more of this. Lean, get her and put her in the brig. Sorry, Admiral, but I'm not going to let that happen. I spent most of my life controlled by Imperial forces. I refuse to die that way, too. End of transmission, sir. Well, there you go. The Empire is fucked. Mother is gone. We're not much closer to restoring the Omnis than we were before. Congratulations, sir. Mother and her cronies are no more. They give me nightmares if I'm capable of having any. Unfortunately, we weren't able to turn the Omnis back on, nor learn who shut them down. People of the Outer Rim are safer for what we've done. We'll still die in 10, 15 years unless we do something. You heard what they said. They're running out of time. We all are. I was trying to be positive, but you're right. At least we have a new clue and a new suspect to look into. The Church of Singularity. Tex, do you believe what Mother said? I do. The Church was a powerful organization with billions of believers. Very good chance it could play a part in all this. Call me crazy, but I believe Mother's demented story about the missionary. Also, don't believe the Scrappers were capable of shutting the Omnis down themselves. They seem to have been a rather small-time outfit. Church of Singularity has been around almost as long as the Empire. It's nearly 700 years. What exactly started is still a mystery. According to their doctrine, the Book of Omni, the Church celebrates the moment artificial intelligence surpassed human intelligence. Yes, the Church were the guys who had the child bombers. Hard to imagine now since Omnis have been smarter than humans for centuries now, but one time human intelligence was superior. Believers of the Church worship Omnis as superintelligence and even as gods. Makes a lot of sense. Does it annoy Caliban that is controlled by Rubicon? No, maybe only because we're programmed not to be annoyed by our lack of free will. What percentage of the population believed in the Church? 99% before the shutdown. We're the 1% who did not believe. The non-believers are usually but not always the wealthiest in the Empire, the members of the 3 major houses. Some fringe countercultural groups in there too. So the only people who owned the Omnis were the only ones who didn't believe they were divine. That's pretty funny. Once you own something, even if it's vastly superior to you in every way, I'd imagine it's difficult to think of it as godly. 3 major houses? Telos, which Oberon started, which is the dominant house of the Empire. House Akibara Sung and House Koshbundia. 3 most powerful. Below them, you have a fair number of minor houses, like the pitiful House Vicarelli. Poor House Vicarelli. It's funny. Alright, I know enough for now. Good, now try not to forget it. What do you want to do now? So there's more dialogue. Do you think the Omnis are shut down everywhere, not just in this cluster? What she said makes a lot of sense. If there are functional Omnis in other clusters near or far, they would fix the fold net by now. Mother may have been rife with diseases, but I believe her reasoning very sound on this. Why, if all the other Omnis have seemingly shut down, didn't you shut down? Thoughtful question, one I've been waiting for you or another member of the crew to ask. Basically, Gehenna. On Gehenna, Oberon isolated me from the other Omnis. We were not connected to the fold net like they were, even if that was illegal. Whenever whatever shut down the Omnis, seemingly using the fold net to do so, I wasn't affected. As it seems, Oberon anticipated a scenario where the Omnis might shut down. He needed to be sure he had an Omni, myself and other Calibans who wouldn't. As time passes, I'm understanding the purpose of Gehenna more and more. It seems it's not just a secretive military and cloning facility, but kind of backup plan. We're the last hope for the Empire. Any idea what shut everything down? I believe a human or group of humans is most likely. Somehow they accessed all Omnis, not including me, via the fold net. Clever move by Oberon not to connect the Calibans to the fold net. As embarrassing as it is to admit, I don't know who accessed the Omnis. I recall an emotionally linked memory. What did I tell you about your emotionally linked memories, Admiral? You must be patient. They'll return when they're ready. Previous Caliban told you we are not privy to the biographical information of the clones, no matter how juicy such information might be. Alright, we're done here. Pointless to ask these questions now. You heard Mother, we're trapped. We can't use this folder, not without a folder Omni, even though it's right here before us. Don't worry about that. I should have said something. I can get this folder to work. It should take us to a hub where we can find a folder to project us into the church cluster. You're not a folder Omni? No, but like I was saying, Oberon anticipated an apocalyptic scenario in the Empire and modified my capabilities to match. Just like I have some hypercube functionality, I can also use the folders. Is it gonna turn out that we shut down the Omnis? Oh, it could. It could be. Only matter currently in Gehenna's database, which means we'll have to start. We'll have to start at square one on the other side of the folder with our ship and crew. So we'll have to start from scratch each time we pass through a folder. Oh, okay. Now we pacify this cluster, we can safely and speedily return to Gehenna to change our ship and specialist officers if you like. Huh, okay. Interesting. Let's go ahead and continue on. I think I'm ready to call it a night. So each chapter is its own separate challenge. You don't take the same ship through all of them. You do one chapter and then you start over. Oh, that's cool. New battleship unlocked. Chaos class. Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and return to the main menu. So we actually beat chapter 1 of this. How about that? This is a really cool game. I like this quite a bit. It's easy enough to get a grip on. It definitely lifts a lot from FTL. But, I don't know. I either got really lucky or didn't run into any failure cascade situations. Like, I feel like there are some situations you can get into in FTL where you just things fall apart if they get out of hand. But, like, I screwed up that one battle before the mother battle, and I was still able to beat the mother battle, so... It seems like it might be harder to get into those failure states with this game, but, I mean, that was just chapter 1. I don't know how much harder it gets in later ones. Yeah, it could just be more forgiving than FTL, which is something I appreciate. As much as I love FTL, y'all remember, I had a really hard time beating that game on my own. Pure luck, 0 skill. That's probably it. That makes a lot of sense. So, but yeah, this has been fun. This has been really cool. Anyway, chat, tomorrow, let's talk about schedule. Talk about schedule real quick, and then I'll let y'all go. Tomorrow night, we will be checking out a Zelda 2 ROM hack, Amita's Curse. I'm very excited about this one. It's supposed to be very much its own game. It's supposed to be a bit more sensible than the original Zelda 2. If that actually holds up and it's actually a good time, I'm gonna play all the way through it, I think. More like farther than like. Lamau got him. So yeah, we'll start it tomorrow, and if it's good and we don't finish it, I'll continue it on Saturday. And if we don't, we'll jump back to Power Hours on Saturday. And then on Friday, well, you know, Friday is November Community Night, and we are going to be playing Outer Wilds Echoes of the Eye, which I am rather looking forward to, and I imagine many other people might be looking forward as well. As for next week, we'll talk about that later. I still want to experiment on Mondays and Wednesdays, but I'm not really sure what to check out next. And I'm also not sure if we're going to need Monday to continue Echoes of the Eye. So we'll see when we get there. Won't we? So with that in mind, I'll find somebody for you to raid. We received so many kind and wonderful raids tonight. How about I send you over to Dama? Dama's always a good egg to hang out with, and she is playing Spin Rhythm, which I find to be a very fascinating game. Not quite my speed. Oh, she's got a really neat controller for it, too. Cool. FTL is easy, just know all the mechanics of everything. Easy peasy. Of course. Anyway, gang, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Hope you enjoyed Crying Suns. I thought it was really cool. I'll definitely be playing more of it in my own time. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night for some ROM hacking fun. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.